Hello, it is I, Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole, and it is a Thursday stream. Hi, everybody. Hey, also Falcon of Venom, how are you doing? How is it going? What is new and exciting? Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Today we are playing Night Boodle. How are you? Do you know, if people who don't know this, hey Rissa, how are you? For people who don't know, Boodle does really cool crochet work. Like, Boodle can make like little figures out of crochet. I've seen like a photo, and why didn't you have the game, Falcon? Why didn't you have game? Why did that not happen? What happened? Oh, Krellin, that was such a good rap battle. Krellin shared the epic rap battle of history between Frederick Douglass and Thomas Jefferson. And it was so weird because I just finished reading a couple days ago Thomas Jefferson's writings on black people and slavery. And he did say it wasn't a good institution, sort of, but he also said other things that were super gross, and so it was really kind of it's quite moving in its own way for me to watch that one, which I hadn't seen before. So thank you, Krellin, for linking it, because it was very good and really apropos of the moment. So it was like, oh, at this point, I'm just wondering how he's going to end this. Oh, he's getting ready for Gen Con whips. Falcon, how many do you know when the summer session ends for the Greyhawk channel? Do they all end at the same time? Do they, like, when are they done? Do you know? Do you know? Because I don't know. It is unclear to me when they end. I've asked. I don't know. Yeah, people. I was talking about the figure you made for Bub. It was so great. Like, you're so talented, B-Boodle. Like, that was such a cool thing. I'd never seen. Maybe I have. I don't know, but like that was just really, really cool. Hey, Kulan, how are you doing? Supposedly August 27th ish. Okay, because I have asked, because I am going to miss. There's a Friday that I will not be here for in Gen Con and one other Friday. So I can't say what's up. I don't know what's going on. So we have a Discord, and you should go there, because the epic rap battle of history between Jefferson and Frederick Douglass was right there. Speaking of which, I think I need to write this down. Where am I writing it down? Oh, I have a 3-pound weight that I'm using for my Head Games Entertainment, Star Commander, Suspension of Disbelief. Head Games I write notes and I don't give them context, right? Like, I write notes to myself and I don't give myself context, so I don't always know what in the world they're about. So I have Suspension of Disbelief in quotation marks. I don't know why. I don't know what that's there for. PH, what's up? PH, I have to tell you something. Well, I don't have to tell you something. I have to say something about you, but I'm going to say something about you. The Void, the film, I've got to watch that. Guardian of... Oh, that's... Okay. There are 2 bonus episodes from Night in the Woods on itch.io. Sinking City, Werewolf. All right, let me write this down. Frederick Douglass. Did I know that I was going to talk about Frederick Douglass already? I think I did, but I'm going to write it down anyway, because I feel like I need these notes. That's all. Notes on paper. And some of those notes... these are not like this, by the way, this lovely notebook that Rissa gave me is only for my gaming notes, because it's a special notebook. You did great things. I ain't denying your fame. I'm just saying you did put an asterisk beside your name. Yes. So West Palm Beach, Florida is using Baby Shark on a loop as a deterrent to homeless people. shows how bad things are getting when it makes my news. You know, the thing is, Kulan, our news is really like there's this obsession with using music as a form of weaponry, right? As a weapon to sort of deter people, as a deterrence. Music as torture, music as deterrence, and they often feel like one of the main things people will say is they'll say, oh, you know, we'll play classical music because classical music will make hoodlums go away because hoodlums don't like classical music. So if we play classical music, then we will stop crime because it makes thugs uncomfortable. And now a baby shark. And like, it's just, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, they're playing a song. I guess I won't be homeless then. No one want to sleep here if we play this more, is what they're going for. Yeah, except that they tried the classical music before, but the hoodlums were loving it. The hoodlums were like, Vivaldi, yeah. So anyone who was there for Gamer Stories last night, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. And Paladin Hulk is going to be our guest next week. I checked my schedule, and Paladin Hulk's going to be here next week. And I know that it will be somewhat late for him. So thank you, Paladin Hulk, for agreeing to be on Gamer Stories next week. Ooh, they need to play Bone, says Krellin. They need to play Bone Thugs in Harmony because clearly they need the thugs to be in harmony. That's true. If they play Bone Thugs in Harmony, then all the thugs will be like peaceful and harmonious. I feel like that's how that works, right? Yes, I'm excited for it too, especially since you can talk about all these charity games you've been doing. I think it's gonna be very good. And also, like, so much stuff. What else did I want to tell you all? I feel like there's stuff. I've got a fan going on in the background. If you can hear it, just let me know. It doesn't look like you can. It looks like my mic is set up such that you're not hearing it. You raised nearly $400? What? That's amazing. That is amazing. Amazing. You can't hear your fan over mine. That is fair. Hey, I have news. You know, we were playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. They have an update, an expansion. They have an expansion, and it's called something with the word gold in it, and it's all about they've added stories about the Chinese American experience, and I really want to play it because that's really cool. I'm very excited about that. Oh, so let me see. Do I have everything I want to tell you? Tomorrow. Greyhawk, thank you. I was like, what am I talking about in my mind? Saturday, Horizon Zero Dawn, and then I'm flying away for a little bit. I feel like I think that. I don't know. I've got to find out what it's all about because I feel like Sting wants to eat me, and that's worrisome. So today we are playing Night in the Woods, but we also have a giveaway, and our giveaway has a long and complicated name. Our giveaway is Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden, and that is a turn-based strategy RPG that seems pretty exciting. And, you know, we'll do that, at the midstream. 5 more months of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. I feel like, wait, I have a question. So Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, right? And that comes from a bunch of songs, but really I know it from Libba Cotton, her song, Going Down the Road Feeling Bad. Going down this road feeling bad, honey babe. Going down this road feeling bad. Going down this road feeling bad, honey babe. And I ain't gonna be treated this old way. I'm going where the water tastes like wine, honey babe, Lord. Going where the water tastes like wine. Going where the water tastes like wine, honey babe. And I ain't gonna be treated this old way. Right? Banjo. But here's my question. If you go where the water tastes like wine, that implies that it's not wine, that it's water and not wine. It just tastes like wine, right? So then that makes me think that you drink it, but you don't get drunk. Does that seem fair? That you drink the water that tastes like wine, but you don't get drunk, and it's probably not bad for your liver. Thoughts? Oh, Mutant Year Zero is also based on a tabletop of the same name. Oh. Anyway, I do want all of y'all's thoughts on whether or not I think it's a religious reference to being with Jesus. Krellin, that seems way less fun. Yeah, but I think you're right? Because it's like I'm going where the water tastes line, and then I'm going where the weather suits my clothes, honey babe. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Going where the weather suits my clothes, honey babe. I ain't gonna be treated this old way. I'm going where they don't treat me mean, honey babe, Lord. Going where they don't treat me mean. Going where they don't treat me mean, honey babe. I ain't gonna be treated this old way. I'm going where the one I love done turn their back on me, honey babe. The one I love done turn their back on me. The one I love done turn their back on me, honey babe. I ain't gonna be treated this old way. I'm going where the wind don't something. There are a lot of verses to this thing, but it's a reference that it's so refreshing and it might as well be wine. I think this is interesting because are they saying that the only place where you can go, where people will treat you well and the weather will be fine and the water tastes like wine and the weather suits your clothes and you have rest is when you're dead? Because that's depressing, but also very, very much on brand for songs from that era. Like a lot of songs from that era are basically like, it sucks here so bad, it'll be so great when I'm dead. Yep. A Welch's grape juice ad? Maybe it's a Welch's grape juice ad. And no, Krellin, that is absolutely, yeah. Krellin says that is absolutely what they're saying, and it is, because that's what most of those songs are all about, like death, because there's not. Well, you know what's so. Yeah, Take Me Home to Jordan, right? Got to go over the River Jordan. Although what's so funny though is that those songs are often, if you go back before Emancipation, a lot of them are interestingly dual messaged, right? Where that sort of, when you cross the River Jordan and hello Atomica, I mean lurking. Oh, tell us what you're having for dinner and tell if it is delicious. The song is going down this road feeling bad, and I recommend the version by Elizabeth Cotton, who is this. Hey, Barantor. No, the bar cheers, where people are always glad to see you. Elizabeth Cotton was this folk singer, and she died like super, super old. And she wrote a bunch of really sort of important folk songs. So I would find the Elizabeth Cotton version, Going Down This Road Feeling Bad. That's the one I would listen to. So what's interesting is a lot of these songs, right, that are all about like, oh, when I cross River Jordan, then I will find peace and everything will be great, from before Emancipation. A lot of them were like, oh look, we're singing about how much we're so much better when we're dead, when we cross River Jordan, but actually quite a few of them were overtly about that, but covertly about how to get out and escape to freedom, right? So there was like, oh, when I die will be freedom, and just cross the River Jordan and continue north, and then you're going to see a tree with white bark on it, and there you're going to turn left, and then you're going to go and see the lights that'll take you to heaven, and then And like there are a bunch of these songs that are really just like instructions on how to escape from the South and make it up to the the Underground Railroad up to Canada. So it's interesting that a number of them are like that. There are these sort of interesting subversive message in old slave songs, which was super interesting. PH asks a very difficult question, which is what makes something a folk song, and that is a difficult question because there's more than one answer depending on who you're asking and what their politics are and what you're looking at it, right? So if you're looking at it in the terms of sort of like music scholarship, like standard music scholarship, they will divide music into 3 categories with a 4th that's a little bit mysterious. So the 3 canonical categories of study would be classical music or art music, folk music, and then popular music. Those are the 3 sort of categories. The trickiness is that religious music, right? Like, is that its own separate category, or does it sort of fit within one of those 3 categories? So traditional old models would say that those are the 3 categories, right? Art, folk, and popular. And the way that those would be defined would be art music is written down. Art music is not commercial, and it is sort of cultivated and complicated and genius or whatever. Gospel often falls under, well, it depends. Early gospel they would call folk music, sort of folk religious music, and then later they'd call it commercial. Sort of depends, but like early stuff they'd probably call folk. And then they would say that folk music is oral tradition passed down from like family member to family member, not commercial, not literate, and usually rural. And then popular music would be commercial, and like it would be not complicated or genius like art music. It would not be authentic and real like folk music. It would be commercial and urban, right? So would electronic music early on for a race be considered art and not pop? It would be considered pop, because the thing is it pop music doesn't have to be popular, right? So within this sort of particular sort of way of defining art, folk, pop music doesn't have to be popular. It just has to be basically commercial music, and so and not part of oral tradition. So like basically a lot of stuff that's super avant-garde and not popular would still count as popular music with under this sort of triangle. So yeah, now the tricky thing is, and here's where the trickiness happens with folk music, that there's this particular sort of way of, and wait, let me back up one more time. And traditionally, musicologists studied art music, ethnomusicologists studied folk music, and nobody studied commercial pop music because it was trash. Classical music was pop. Well, some of it was pop, some of it wasn't. Right, because a lot of classical music was commissioned by nobles to be played at courts and was not actually for the populace. So there was some classical music that was for the populace. For example, some opera. There were some pieces that were, but a lot of classical music was never for the populace. So it was never for the populace. It was for it wasn't for the masses, right? It was for rich people, just like a lot of paintings. So now there was some popular music there was some classical music that became pop, usually after the fall, like usually with the rise of the middle class in the Industrial Revolution. So once we start getting to the late 19th century, what we would think of classical music starts becoming pop music, popular music. And I think that you can often think about this based on the populace, right? So art music being for cultivated elites, folk music being for the folk who don't live in cities, right? But they're the people of the earth, the real, and then popular music is for the masses who live in cities and are therefore corrupt and not interesting. I mean, it's stupid, right? I do not, as a person who studies popular music, I do not subscribe to these ideas. But like that's the canonical, and like neither musicologist nor ethnomusicologist would study popular music for the longest time. It's relatively new that people would study it and take it seriously, and there's still some people who think that it's not real music and shouldn't be studied and there's no value in it. One of a colleague of mine who was one of my professors was teaching at a university, and she was teaching a class on the Beatles, and one of her colleagues said to her, "Oh, it must be so terrible for you to have to teach that music that's not even really music," right? I mean, like people will say things like that, and I was I got a job teaching popular music, which is relatively, when I was on the job market, that was fairly rare. People did not hire people to teach popular music. They would hire people to teach art music or folk music and say, can you teach some popular music on the side? But they wouldn't hire someone who that's what they did. And I remember even now that Dylan got a Nobel, people think that Dylan got the Nobel for poetry, not for pop music. And some people didn't like it and they were very upset about it. Yeah, popular music is going to be very influential on culture, and therefore it is very important. But some people don't think it's real, and they don't think it's smart. And I remember we have a listserv where people write emails for our profession, and somebody said that they would never hire someone who studied popular music for their PhD and wrote their dissertation on a popular music topic, because you don't know if those people can even speak other languages or even read music, right? So like this person was like, they would just off the bat just not hire someone who did a popular music topic for their dissertation, because they think these people are big. Like if you say popular music, you probably are completely unskilled and unqualified to teach anything. And I have people say things to me like, oh, well, you could teach classical music, couldn't you? And I'd say, well, yes, I can teach classical music. And they were like, oh, okay, so then you're all right. As if like the fact that I could teach a classical music class makes me like a better scholar than if I couldn't. It's completely ridiculous. But this is part of like a larger sort of systemic problem that we're now just beginning to address, wherein if you study music at a university, you're going to have to study classical music. That is required, but you never have to study popular music at all, ever. And many places you wouldn't have to study folk music, but now sometimes they're saying that you have to do one folk music class. So like there's a lot of controversy about that. Yeah, see, this is Barentor, you're correct. And also, Rissa, I have no idea how long I'll be distracted, but we'll see. It's true, right? I still know real music, so then I can get past the gate. And I was irritated by that, because that's irritating. Do you know what I mean? Like, But, so here's the tricky thing, though, about folk music, is that, so there's this sort of traditional notion of what folk music is, right? And my ethnomusicologist friends, they study folk music, so they study, like, the folk music of Ghana, the folk music of Sweden, the folk music of, whatnot. Right, so there are those, right, they do that. But they, of course, also would not historically study popular music, commercial music. They would like go off into the woods and find the people who sing the music in the woods, and they'd record it, and they'd be like, I found the music in the woods. But this becomes complicated. Tenure Quest, the greatest RPG. You lose so many hit points on Tenure Quest. There's also a lot of sand loss in Tenure Quest. It's true. But so here's what's really complicated about the term folk music now, and that is that basically starting around the 1920s, 1930s, definitely by the 1940s, but people started recording folk music to be sold in record stores, therefore making it commercial music. And you had all of these sort of collectors that collected all this folk music, and then you have this sort of like commercial folk music explosion that happens 30s, but let's say 40s, right? So you're going to think about Woody Guthrie and the Weavers, and by the time we hit the 50s, like there's a huge folk music explosion where everybody's like, all those college kids in their coffee houses are singing folk music and making concerts and making albums, and that is commercial music, right? Kulan, ethnographic studies can get super sketchy, so sketchy. Oh, that question was for chat. So there's this sort of, there all of a sudden folk music becomes this becomes popular music in the 1950s and into the 1960s, and then people like Bob Dylan, etc., start, and a bunch of different other artists, Ian and Sylvia, Bob Dylan, etc., they write new music in the style of folk music, but they wrote it themselves. So it is new commercial music, but in this style, and we call that folk music. So we call like Ani DeFranco a folk musician, a folk singer. They're all the Indigo Girls are folk singers, but they write new music, and the music is completely commercial pop music that is meant to be sold. So now folk music simultaneously is this idea of music that is non-commercial, that is part of the oral tradition, that is kind of in a rural space, as well as a style of popular music, right? There's a popular music style that is also called folk music. So it's a little bit tricky. What if it is popular music, but in the classical style, like how they have an orchestra during the Final Fantasy music or movie scores? Oh, you have asked a difficult question that I have an exciting answer for, but I will tell you what people talk about. I will get back to that. And also, Riss, I see your question. Kulan says, I remember reading about someone who wrote loads about Papua New Guinea, but they'd never been there. They just made it all up. Oh, yeah. But there's also people will go to Papua New Guinea, record all the music, come back, and then sell it, and they'll make all the money off of it. But the people in Papua New Guinea don't even get their names attached to it. And here's the other problem with folk music. Ooh, this is so interesting. One of the things that's really a problem about folk music is that folk music doesn't belong to anyone. Right, it's just part of the oral tradition, so like nobody owns it, so you can just take it and sing it and record it and make money off of it because nobody owns it. But quite a few folk songs were actually written by people who wrote them, right? So what will often happen is that people will go to places that don't have the same kind of copyright protections that we have. They will say, oh, this is a folk song, and then they'll just take it when it was actually written by a musician, right? So that's always a bit of a problem with folk music. PH says, so if someone folksy records new music that sounds classical and sells it for profit to churches, we have fused all the genres together. Yes. Hello, that thing that you like. We're talking about music at the moment. Welcome in. You're like, what? Oh. We're on our way to play Night in the Woods, but there was a thing about popular music in a classical style, like video game music or film music. Yeah, you'll find songs labeled traditional because nobody remembers who wrote it, but sometimes people do remember. Sometimes people are like, I wrote that song. Like a lot of blues are labeled traditional, but people wrote them. And the people are like, sometimes they're still alive and they're like, hey, that's my song. Why? Oh, right. But they do not, the music industry doesn't like to pay people is what it is. So what I think is really fascinating is that I know some people who are those kinds of people, sort of conservative musically and kind of irritating, and elitist, right? And they'll say things like, and like whenever they say it, I have to like try hard not to roll my eyes too hard. And they'll say things like, it's so terrible that the young people nowadays, they don't appreciate classical music. Oh, the world is ending. Why don't they like the orchestral symphonic music? Like, oh, it's the worst. Oh, so bad. And then I will say, well, but I know a lot of young people who love orchestral music. Concerts for video game music are super big. People really love film music. And then they'll say, oh, but that doesn't count. That's not real music because it's commercial and therefore it's not deep and genius and meaningful. And then I just like get irritated by them. Yeah. And if you'll notice, people will sort of put things like that in Pops concerts. Like if you have a local symphony, they might have a Pops concert where they'll play things like that, but not like the real classical music. All of this is elitist bogusness, if you want my take on it, though. That's what I think. Thanks for running that song for humanity, bro. But my song, don't I get paid? And of course they said that when we moved away from medieval music too. They're always saying that. That is so true. I know. It makes me mad too, because of course it's meaningful, but they would say that it can't really be meaningful because it's not long form enough, or it's just there for the video game. Like, but these people are like elitist and irritating, and they're just I mean, I can't, they're really frustrating. Do you know what I mean? Like, and these are people that I go to conferences with, and I'm like, why is this my life right now? But yeah, no, it's very frustrating. And that kind of, and of course, I teach, that thing you like said, one thing that I've encountered is metal fans saying baby metal isn't proper metal when it meets all the prerequisites to be metal. It's just different. Yes, that thing you like. And this is where I get interested, right? I am not interested so much in the definitions, like finding out which definition is true, which one is not true, because whatever, right? But I'm interested when people want to say, oh, no, that. Hey everybody, so I'm back. The system crashed, and I'm gonna just start the stream. We're back, but at the moment, what's interesting is that Night in the Woods is being suspicious right now, and I don't know why it's being suspicious. So I'm gonna, just while we're here, I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of trying to figure out what's going on. It's hanging up on me. So we're back, and we're gonna, chat while I'm trying to figure out what is happening here. Oh, Surviving Mars. I wonder if that's fun. Has anybody played Surviving Mars? No, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. I'm not getting distracted. When things act suspicious, it's because they're guilty. That's it. Maybe it doesn't. Hello, Ms. Vixen. Maybe it doesn't want me to be alone. It's time for edutainment. Edutainment with Trooper. All right, Night in the Woods. Start. I'm just hitting play, and we'll see. Hi, Ms. Vixen. We'll see how this goes. Somebody asked what my favorite thing to teach is, and what music is my favorite to teach. And that is not an easy question to answer because there's so much music. Speaking of getting distracted, have you heard of a game called Outer Wilds? Not to be confused with Outer Worlds. No, I haven't. What is it about? What is it about? What is it about? I want to know. Ms. Vixen, what does your husband do? What sort of teaching does your husband do? Oh, you can hear the game in the background, can't you? Let me... Oh, and it's probably going to be a little bit too loud because I turn up the volume because of, the gamer stories. So let me fix that. Yeah, Ms. Vixen, what does your husband teach? Hello, Neo. It is, right? I like teaching me how to play Magic the Gathering. I think I really enjoy... What do I enjoy teaching? What music? I like teaching music that will make the students rethink what they know about the world. And what that is could be a lot of different things, right? So, could be a lot of different things. Like, whatever, like, I just want to make students rethink what they think about the world and their place in it. And any music that will let me do that is music that I enjoy teaching the most. So it's not necessarily a genre, but like there are pieces of music that work really well for that. Yes, if I can broaden their horizons, that's the music that I enjoy teaching. That Thing You Like says, that's a game that uses music well. Oh, and is basically a small-scale No Man's Sky with lots of mystery surrounding an ancient race of aliens called Nomai, whose past you uncover and stuff. And it's called Outer Wild. Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds. I'm going to look into it because that sounds really interesting. Ms. Vixen says, oh my gosh, my hubs and I were talking about card games because I play Pokemon. And he was talking about him and his brother used to play Magic the Gathering. And he said his brother has moving boxes full of unopened display boxes from the 80s of unopened blister packs of Magic the Gathering cards. I bet that's amazing. Like, you should open them, right? Who knows what's in there? There could be like, wow, Magic cards that are worth $80 million. I don't know if that's true, but... yeah, country could be anything. Country, anything. I like also sort of, I like, you know, It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want To by Leslie Gore. I like teaching that one. That one's really good. I like teaching all three of the songs, and that there's like a little trilogy of songs by Leslie Gore that all came out like one after the other. It's My Party, Judy's Turn to Cry, and then You Don't Own Me. And I love putting those three together and like talking about them. I rarely get the time to do that though. English and drama, Ms. Vixen, those are great subjects. Stupid Twitch didn't really... Welcome back, Krellin. I should go check it out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You Don't Own Me is so good. It's such a great song, and it's really great when you put it, when you start with It's My Party and then you do Judy's Turn to Cry and then you don't own me. You can kind of see this particular development and like how this particular persona develops over time. And it's so fascinating because it tells you, it makes you think differently about girls, right? Because we think, oh, this is what it was like for girls. I'm like, well, actually, hold on a second. Here's a moment where people are pushing back and they're saying something different. And I love teaching Mae West. I love teaching, all sorts of things. Oh, good. See, this is good. I like it. I also like doing MC Hammer, Can't Touch This, because it was one of the biggest rap songs and nobody talks about it. Like when everyone's like, oh, the 90s, they're gonna say like Tupac and Biggie, and they're gonna go with these certain particular things. And I would say, okay, yeah, but one of the biggest rap songs at the time was Can't Touch This. And let's talk about what that says about what rap can be and how that might change your mind about what rap is and who rap artists can be. And like, that's a really good one. Yeah, like there's just a lot of things that I like to sort of do. I'm just sat here not knowing any of the artists y'all talk about. Oh my gosh, that thing you like. Oh, that thing you like. You should join our Discord. We have a Discord. And then, no, wait. We have a Discord. You should join it. And then I will post some of that music for you so you can hear it because it's, oh, and Krellin posted something by this, French Belgian group, the Doe. Those songs are really good. Queen.com, excellent. Really, really good. I'm just gonna say. Yeah. I mean, I learned the hammer dance at the Y during the Flex Day riot, where we had a half day at school and a lot of kids went down to the YMCA to terrorize poor Ron. Oh no. He's my fiance. I call him Hubs and say he'll get the rest of the word when we're married. I like that you break his chops a little bit, Ms. Vixen. It's always nice to break the chops of the one that you love. None of their other songs are like Queen.com. Oh. Thank you, Jer. This is true. Yeah, I like to do all sorts of stuff in the end. So, we are going to play Night in the Woods. We're gonna play Night in the Woods because we should, and we're here, and we are in a dream. Is where we're at. We're in a dream. We spent yesterday hanging out with Greg, who, you know, it's interesting, right? Because Greg, so B, our old best friend, who we're sort of reconnecting with, clearly wanted to leave Possum Springs, leave this small town, get out, have some kind of a different life. But then her mother died, it seemed, and she's now forced to take over the company business, which is this hardware store. And she doesn't want to run a hardware store, and she feels probably too old. And so that's like a thing with her. But then our friend Greg is going to move away to the bigger city. And this is and he sort of like did crimey crimes with us to remember our youth a little bit. But he's like, he's gonna get out of here. And so we have a friend who wanted to get out who's staying, and another friend who's going to leave. And our character May, I think she clearly, like, she has dropped out of college to come back home, but you can never go home again. And I think that she wants to sort of pick up where things left off 3 years ago when she left, but you can't really do that. And I think she's now dealing with the fact that things have changed and they're not the same. And how does she feel about this? That thing says, I like to think I'm somewhat well versed in music, not playing it, but understanding it. I just listen to a lot of more niche and esoteric stuff. Yeah, and the stuff we were talking about, that thing was all old stuff. Like, you don't, Leslie Gore, You Don't Own Me, that's from the 60s. It's like 64 maybe. Can't Touch This is like 91. Mae West is like 1930s. So we're just talking about like a lot of old stuff as well. And also that thing, what stuff do you like? What things do you listen to? Also, if you like metal, there's a really cool book that was written by somebody I studied with called Running with the Devil. It's an academic book if you like academic books, but it's an academic look on heavy metal. It's older now. I think it came out in the 90s. So, right, you'll have to sort of note that it's not about contemporary stuff. But if you like academic writings on music, that's a pretty classic. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Asteni and the Jets. Welcome in, Asteni. Thank you for the host. Welcome in. Hey everybody, come on in. We're just about ready to start. We had a computer crash, but we're fixing it. I taught my kids, says Ms. Vixen, to have an appreciation to many things, so they have wide musical tastes. One of my sons had Dixie Chicks, Bad Pipes, hard rock, and pop on a CD he made. My kids are all over 30 now, so this was back in the day. That all sounds like great stuff. That thing says, so I listen to a lot of Japanese rock and pop, and recently lo-fi stuff, as well as EDM and game soundtracks. When you listen to Japanese rock and pop, from which decades? Which decades? I listen to some stuff from like the 80s, so I'm kind of into like new wave, and lo-fi stuff is cool. EDM, I mean, I'm old, so a lot of my EDM was from the 90s and 80s. 80s and 90s, there's a lot of my EDM sort of creeping into the aughts, but a lot of the stuff that I listened to was from the 90s. But you know, like good stuff. Oh, I really like, I think I got bit by something. I really like, and also like there's like EDM adjacent stuff as well. That's like, it's sort of EDM, but people who are like into certain genres would not call it EDM, like house, and there's stuff like acid house, acid jazz, Moloko, Portishead, Massive Attack, Tricky. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Ms. Vixen, thank you for the host. Nice. Oh, Kulan, go to sleep. Thank you for checking the stream. We're gonna start right about now. Portishead's so good. Portishead, oh. Now you're bringing me to the 90s, and I'm going to be thinking about, like, all that stuff that was happening in the 90s, right? It was so much really cool stuff that was happening then. So, I just want you to know that... Oh! Thank you, PH. Go to sleep. We are in a dream right now. Oh, those bass lines, right? Like, oh... I don't know what we are seeing, but we are in a dream is where we are. PH, good night. I will see you later. I grew up in the 60s, so I love older music my mom listened to, and I've always loved musicals. Oh my gosh, yeah. I am a big fan of of Motown, of ooh. I'm going a whole different direction than I thought I'd be going. Where? What? Okay. Also, that thing I've been listening to a lot of, Plastic Love. Oh. Oh, and Baseball Bear and Super Beaver. Ooh. Yeah, no, I like, what do we, I am concerned about where we are and what we're doing, everybody. I'm gonna give you all... Oh, you're 58 and was a disco queen? Oh, disco's so amazing! Ms. Vixen, disco is amazing. Oh my goodness. I recognize all the oldies, but I don't know who any of the artists are because of my mom. I loved, of course, like Donna Summer. I love to teach disco, actually. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love to teach disco. I have a great time teaching disco when I get there. I mentioned a bigger list of Japanese artists, by the way. I don't know what time they're from. Oh. Yes, I post links. Post links in Discord. I want all of the music. Loved Motown. What do you think? We're getting very bouncy. I'm a little concerned about what's going on with our life. I think we're... Okay. Oh, further up in chat. Okay, so... have you ever played a disco? You know, I should, because they would hate that, and I would love it, because I love things like that a lot. I have heard the Barbra Streisand, Donna Summer duo. So good. Donna Summer is quality. You know, I teach a class called Black Divas, and I wonder what the symbolism is with all of these musicians that we're dealing with. So I teach this class on Black Divas, and we do a lot of different artists. I try to do different genres. We do Donna Summer. Okay. Hey, we're at the water. Can I jump off? I can. Oh, it is? Nice. Ooh. They were in her earlier dream, so I'm wondering what they might signify. Yeah, this is like supernatural. I think that one of the things when you get these dream spaces that you need to try to find all of the... Oh yeah. Oh, also now I'm thinking about the Weather Girls, It's Raining Men. I'm thinking about, I mean, I loved I Feel Love. That's a great one. Oh. Ooh, I kind of like Space Dragon. But what I want to do is I was trying to go and learn all the songs so I could sing them because they have lyrics, but I clearly did not have... What happens if I go here? I feel like we're missing something right maybe over here. Oh, Die Anywhere. Oh, that's a good one. Die Anywhere Else is a good one. No, Levi doesn't have the range. Doesn't have the range. Just doesn't have the range. All right, so we've been here. Let's see. I feel like there are places we haven't been yet in this dream because if we had been everywhere, you know. I was just watching more from those two, and I was watching their ABBA, and their ABBA is hilarious. They're like, so the interviewer was like, so you ABBA, you are all very sort of totally. They're like, ABBA, you are wholesome, right? And your songs are just sort of fun. And they're like, oh no, our songs are about politics. And they're like, there we go. And they're like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh yeah, like Dancing Queen, like that's about Vietnam. Like every single song they named, like they're like, oh yeah, that's about like famine. And okay, maybe we need to go back up to the top. I thought it was hilarious. My problem is I'm going to say she just doesn't have the range around someone who has no context. I would have that problem myself. Okay, I had that problem myself with Catherine Tate, her character Lauren Cooper. But I ain't bothered. But I ain't even bothered though. But I ain't bothered. Look at my face. My face bothered. I ain't bothered. But I ain't even bothered though. And I would say that, and people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. And that would make me sad. Because I knew what I was talking about. I think we need to go, I feel like we need to follow those orange lights. Is what I think. And find a way up, perhaps? Let's, okay, I feel like we're on it. Hey, look! Here we go. Uh-oh, what is that? Why is there a... I am quoting Catherine Tate, that thing. Oh. Okay. That seemed a little ominous. But I ain't even bothered though. But I ain't even bothered. Squirrel! Squirrel. That seems ominous, and I don't know what that means, and I'm concerned. Like, I am concerned about what that might mean. Oh, May. Oh! Your English, by the way, so you're kind of cheating. Oh, no. Oh, the grand character from Catherine Tate, she's hilarious. No, and the thing about Lauren Cooper, one of the reasons why I like her is because she doesn't care, she's not bothered, but she clearly is bothered, and like you can see this, like there are these certain moments when Catherine Tate brings this like real vulnerability into this character who's just like the worst, but every once in a while you get this like vulnerability and you're like, oh, you're just a teenager who is having a hard time, and you have to put up this front, like that's what this is about. And that could have been an arm. Doesn't have the range though. I love her darling, but she doesn't have the range. Doesn't have the range. And it's not the worst English accent I've heard, but there's some things you can say. I try to get my Catherine Tate on. I try. Let's see what our friends have to say right now. Hey. I'm at work all day. Just saying, if you want to say hello. I'm here to be helloed at. Oh, all right. Update, the robot smells a little weird. Say better. There's some things you can... Thank you. I work on it, I mean, I think... it's always, you always have to work on your accents, and it's not easy. And I think I can do a sort of a generic... sort of standard sort of British accent, the sort of not exactly Queen's English, but a bit more, a bit standard, as it were. I think it's all right. I don't think it's too bad. But then, I watched EastEnders for years, and Ricky, right? But I mean, I don't think I got it just right. But I try to get a little bit of East End in a bit, but I mean, I don't think I'm great at it or anything, but I don't think I'm too bad. I don't think it's too embarrassing. It's not like I'm Dick Van Dyke or anything, am I? You know, it's all right. I mean, I try not to be too, I don't want it to be too embarrassing or anything. I don't want to be like, people are like, oh my God, what is she talking about? What is he talking about? What's going on there? You know what I mean? Like, who's that? But, there's a basic that too I can do. I can't really do like other ones, you know? Like I can't do Geordie or anything like that. But, I mean, it's all right. Locks of mercy, governor. Accents are tough. But, you know, I just try to make sure I can, you know, think about the people in EastEnders and like try to channel them, get them in my internal soul. I used to watch that show all the time, but it's been a while. I can't do Australian. I should practice that one, but I cannot do Australian. It's really hard. Australian accents are hard. They do weird things with their vowels, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm so sorry that I besmirched Dick Van Dyke's flawless accent. Yeah, no, but I find Australian to be super hard. Like, just the way they say the word no, like I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. One day. Update. The robot smells a little weird. Not sure what we missed there. Anyway, hey boyo, at work all day. Very bored. Work sucks. Crap, Falcon, more like it. It's fair. Trust me, understand. Oh, you live in Melbourne. Oh. You just swear a lot with English accents sound Aussie to Americans. Yeah, no, I was, the thing with accents, using a person as a reference is good, but learning the actual tongue and mouth movements makes things easier. And I think that's true, right? You can use that as like a key in, but people have like, sometimes people have strange particular accents. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you learn how to talk in a dialect from one particular person, you might actually just be getting their particular dialect and not specific. Oh, you're from Seattle and your hubs is in Aussie. Yeah, like the way like no, like there's like I was like, are there 3 vowels in the word no when you say it, Australians? I mean, I love the Australian accent, but gosh, is it hard? That is a complicated accent. Oh, B Boodle, you're going to bed. Wait, B Boodle, here's Sharkle. Hi. Hey. There you go. Oh, the New Zealand accent's really hard too. Yeah, those are hard accents. I don't even know what to tell you. Good night, B Boodle, and I hope you enjoyed your Sharkle. The Sharkle for you. We're gonna go. Sharkle, hey, Lurksmobile. Sharkle is the best. And that is a true statement. Like, those are all truth. And this thing is still not done yet. I'm playing a Japanese elf in Shadowrun. I'm trying to work on a Japanese accent without being racist, and it's really hard. Like, it is hard. You've got to, like, because you want to be subtle. You don't want to be too heavy. Do you know what I mean? No, in Aussie, it's like saying nose and noise at the same time without the SE. No. Like, it's really hard. It is hard. It's hard. Aussie isn't hard. All you gotta do is make sure you go up at the end of each sentence, like everything sounds like a question. Right, but they do weird things with vowels. I honor it, but like I'm like, what are you doing, Bruce? Like their vowels are a trip. I wonder if you can learn to talk to birds. The floating island. Jeez, I'm old. It's probably true. I talk to my Japanese teacher every week, so I'm always trying to listen to her accent. Yeah. Again, it's, hey, look, it's our mom. Let's talk to her mom. Yeah. Morning, long night. Yup. There's one vowel in the if there's one vowel in the spelling, Aussies will say 3, and that is true. Hello, Atomica. Welcome back. Atomica. Welcome back in. Right now, we went through a really weird dream, and we're getting up for our day. And we're talking about how hard Australian accents are. I lived in Germany for 5 years, and I try also to do a German accent, and I try not to do it too crazy or anything like that. But I think when you're living in a place for a long time, you also learn like these little subtle things that are part of the accents. For example, that are not just accent, but also just little things. Like, for example, one thing I learned about no. I know I saw the weird blue May and you break your shoe. Right, this is what I'm trying to say. Oh, muted due to dinner. That's fair. What did you eat for dinner, Atomica? Krellin says, it's weird. We try to do accents to play characters when actual speakers usually lose their accents. Yeah, and I think it's tricky, right? So that's one of the reasons. Yeah, it's tricky. Although some speakers never lose their accent. Some do, though, right? Some try to, some try not to. Trooper will know what I mean, but for a person from Massachusetts, I have almost no Boston accent. Yeah, Boston accent's actually also really hard. I do not have the Boston accent. I should practice it, but it's hard because I think it's really easy to do it poorly and mess it up and not do it well at all, because I think it's actually kind of hard. I've always wanted to try teaching people how to speak in a Northern English accent. Oh yeah, I watched a little bit of Geordie Shore, and like sometimes you hear some of the Northern accents and you're like, oh, that one's a good one. Oh, lasagna meat sauce. I want lasagna meat sauce now. Oh, now I want lasagna meat sauce. When I lived in New York for a few years, my girlfriends would tell me I sounded so Pennsylvanian when I came back from visiting home. Yeah. That's so interesting, right? Because very often you can't tell you have your own accent. You cannot recognize your own accent until you really get out of your context for a while. That's I think really difficult, right? To sort of once you have to sort of get out of where you're at, and then you can come back and hear it again. Nakamura, his accent is very interesting, I found, because he was careful with his English. Nakamura's promos always came off a bit more threatening because it was slower cadence. And it's funny about the Boston accents that people try to like, oh, pack the cat, the Harvard yard. And I was like, that's not what people sound like, right? People sound different than that. That's not it. And then sometimes people try to do a Boston accent, they just sound like a Brooklyn accent. Krellin says, I have the generic Midwestern accent everyone on TV uses, so I don't think I could ever hear my accent. I thought that about California accent, because I think Californians often think that they don't have accents, but they do. But I never heard it until I was in the Army. And there were very few Californians in the Army that I ran into, despite the fact that we're such a huge state and there's so many people in it. And so I'm just listening to all these accents that are not California accents, and one day I heard this guy talking, and I was like, you're from California. And he said, yeah. And I'm like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, oh, I'm from Southern California. And he's like, where are you from? And I said, oh, I'm from Northern California. He goes, Northern California, give me a glass of water. And I was like, because they steal our water. It was funny, but agreed, Atomica. Unfortunately, a lot of the other Japanese wrestlers in WWE's English is not as strong as Nax, yeah. The place outside here I've spent the most time is Ohio, yes, which also has the generic Midwest. That is also true. Another thing is a lot of accents are disappearing because of the proliferation of media, which is so interesting. Pinching the corner of your mouth is where the sounds in the Boston accent come from. Pinching the corners of my mouth. Pinching the corners of my mouth. I'm gonna work on it, but it's, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right. Yeah. Accents. Oh, there's a guy who's an accent expert, and he does these videos on YouTube, I think for Wired maybe, where he's like an accent coach to actors. That's what he does. And he will do clips of various films and he'll assess the accents. And he's really interesting. He really talks about like, oh, you know, this accent has more of a rounder mouth, and this person's not doing that. And he does like general accents. He'll do like impersonations of actual people, and he'll look at like, here are different people doing Kennedy. Like this person got this part of the Kennedy, but not this part. They got the rhythm, but not this part. And like it's really interesting, and I love that. Like I'm so fascinated by things like that. Remember those big robot things from the food donkey? You were scared of those. Cried your little eyes out. Oh, it wasn't that bad. I don't remember this at all. You okay? Yeah, just been doing boring adult stuff. What kind of adult stuff? I'm adult stuff. Just like budget, bills, numbers. A lot of adulthood is number stress. That sounds bad. I'm bad at numbers. Oh, I remember. Okay, well, I'm gonna head out. Have a nice day. I know with Russian accents, you've got to flatten the tip of the tongue and stiffen the back. Food Donkey is a silly name. Like, all of their places are somehow animal related, right? This is what I notice. There's a lot of animal related. What happens if I do this? Nothing. We're going to be doing. Oh, hey, look, they're pumpkins. Oh, right, because it's a weird autumn. Right. Yeah. We're going to climb up. Is what we're going to do, because why wouldn't we do that? We're climbing up. Americans get it so easy in Japan. Come in, be big, yell a lot. Auto promo. Yeah, all their places are like food item animal, and I'm like, what is happening here? And I worry about that. But I mean, I suppose it's fine, right? Like, what are we gonna do? Maybe we can look at more stars. Hey, we've got more stars to look at. That's awesome. We're gonna go up the top way and then do the bottom. Hello, squirrel. I jumped on the squirrel and it made me laugh. I wonder if Ham Panther, Snack Falcon, Food Donkey, Donut Wolf. I want donuts. We're having a lovely conversation about wrestling right now. I haven't followed wrestling in ages. All right, we're climbing across roofs right now in a kind of an epic way. Woo. Hello. May Borowski. Yep. Up here in my roof. Yep. Come to hunt some dusk stars? Definitely. Come have a look. We're gonna... I could never get into wrestling. Ah, my eyes. Filter. I feel like wrestling is a really hard sport. And I have the utmost respect for everyone who can do it. My friend has shown me a lot of men in tight pants, and despite my bi disposition, it wasn't doing it for me. I just feel like it's really hard on your body. That's what I think. I feel like every time Carrie gets in the ring, she's the best wrestler in the ring. I just, you know, and the thing is, I believe they're all independent contractors, so they don't get paid well? Let's see if we can find it. Where are you? This makes me feel like Mass Effect. It's really, yeah, it's really athletic, doesn't have a lot of room for error. I think as independent contractors, they don't get their health insurance paid, right? Like, I mean, like, oh, boom, found one. Let's see. Oh. Ah, yes, Simone the fighter. She got a gun. Simone lived in a good land, but under every good land are the roots of oppression. And in this land, those roots took hold and choked out all else. Geez. It happens faster than one can imagine. Anyway, when the borders closed and the curfew began, Simone and her comrades began to plot. They infiltrated, they sabotaged, they freed prisoners. Very nice. Simone was one of the first to be identified, but she evaded capture even as the wanted posters went up. As whispers of her grew throughout the land, more and more of her neighbors prayed in the night that Simone would be their salvation. That's a lot of pressure for one person. She was not alone, of course. She was but one part of a growing organism, but she became a symbol. It is difficult to think of many things, so sometimes having a symbol for all of them is important. Like numbers. We do not know where Simone is buried. Ah, god damn it. I knew this wasn't going to be happy. We do know that when things boiled over, she led a charge against the palace gates. And behind those gates were cannons. Oh no. And many years later, when the mass graves were exhumed, her bones were mixed with so many others. It was said that she now lives on in the bones of all in her country. Geez, that got dark and sad and spooky. But that is history. I have some friends that wrestle. So I watched a lot of wait, sorry. We have to go to chat so I can go back and find out what people said. I missed some stuff. Yeah, like kudos to any wrestler that's very taxing. It's very taxing the body and potentially dangerous. And I have some friends that wrestle. That's hardcore. It's at a good place right now, says Atomica. A lot of different companies. WWE actually have to put in effort. There's a lot of good wrestling right now. That's really good because when you have a monopoly, then you can be like, we're not going to, we're the only business in town. We're not going to give you health insurance. Rissa says, I watched a lot of WWE when I lived in Seattle, back when Mick Foley hadn't retired and The Rock was a heel. Oh. That thing says, I just don't really enjoy it all that much. Atomic says, well, there are a lot of pros and cons to independent booking. The big stars get paid well, but beyond that, they don't get paid what they're worth. Oh, we've got some odd visual glitches. Let me see if I notice anything. Weird. Healthcare is definitely a downside, but there's a lot of issues that would pop up with more solid employment. It's kind of a weird situation. Cyclonus says, I know that they're supposedly independent, but it's so damn weird to see WWE contracted wrestlers wrestling in Japan for stardom. Atomica says, there's a lot of people making money on the indies more so than WWE. It's a lot easier to make a really good living outside of the WWE than it was even 5-10 years ago, which is probably good that you have more competition. That's not really new, though. Hogan, Andre, Austin, and tons of others were loaned to Japan on occasion. Is anyone else experiencing a lot of visual tearing? It's fine now, never mind. I don't know. Atomica says, I used to wrestle in the early 2000s for a few years, but decided I wasn't gonna be able to make it, and I didn't feel I would make the money that would make the possible injuries worthwhile. Atomica, that's amazing. You were wrestling for a while? That's crazy. Hey, have you seen that Have you seen that TV show Glow? Have you seen it? Because I used to watch wrestling all the time in the 80s. I was an 80s wrestling kid. We're looking for more stars. Back, Hogan and the Fabulous Moolah, Wendy Richter, Jimmy the Superfly Snuka, Ricky the Steamboat Dragon, British Bulldogs, The Undertaker, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Randy Macho Man Savage. I'll tell you, brother. What you gonna do? Yeah, you know, I was watching a lot of wrestling back then, and then also a lot of roller derby. Like those were my prime wrestling and my prime media years were back then. I know I will, like, you know, I just am gonna be there we go, right? I'm just gonna be systematic about it, and then we got it. Another thing that stopped me is my style and moveset was sort of based after Chris Benoit, sort of put a damper on what I was doing. Oh, that's fair. I'm gonna snap into a Slim Jim. Found one. Let's have a look. Oh. Sterling the Seer. How come I've never heard of these guys? By the time they got to these rare stars, the well-known myths and legends were taken. Oh. This one, Sterling, is a tale of the world changing and leaving one behind. These are all gonna be bummers, huh? Yeah, these are all gonna be bummers, huh? Nature Boy. As an English person, what are that thing you like? Slim Jims are like beef jerky, but really oily. It's like a beef jerky stick. Yeah, but super oily. They're processed meat sticks. Yeah. At the moment the news came out, I was like, yep, nope, I think I'm done. Yeah, oh, that's a bummer, Atomica. Okay, whatever, internet's crap today. Hopefully it works for CR. Oh, I hope so too. Are we getting weirdness? I will be hosting CR, by the way. You know, if people want to watch Critical Role and hang out in a nice chat. An old coworker of mine used to do unregulated roller derby. First week on the job, we had to make her go to the urgent care because she injured herself during derby. Roller derby is no damn joke. It's hardcore, but I miss the old school roller derby, and I know that's gonna make me sound like an old person, but I miss the old school roller derby. It was like I really was invested in those co-ed teams, you know, and the banked track, which I love, as opposed to flat track. I miss the old roller derby. I've got a baseball cap for the Bombers, which was the local team. These are all gonna be bummers, huh? That's not for me to say. Is it a bad thing for the world to move on? Well, I mean, this guy probably doesn't think so. I love Critical Role, but I'm currently watching the first campaign at episode 81 before I watch campaign 2. You know what? That is fair, that thing. How are you enjoying it right now? Are you like, how are you feeling? What are your thoughts? Like, as a person watching campaign 1, like, what's going on right now? What's going on? Oh, Rissa, will you post that in media? Post it in media. Either way, one day, his king met a new sage, an astronomer, and she showed the king how the planets and stars orbit in regular patterns and why. And the king kicked Sterling out of his quarters, for the seer had long told the king a different story about the stars. Did Sterling believe his own story? Yes, right, like, have you met Terry yet? Where are you at? I believe he did. Well, that's how things go. Is there no responsibility to care for those whose labors, even one's universe, are suddenly replaced with a new one? Are they obsolete? That's how life is. I'll say, oh, no? What is to be done? I don't know. Isn't there some other job the king could give him? Or some way where he doesn't have to be useful to the king in order to survive? It's one to ponder. The stars, they make one think. I think if I was growing up now, I would have stayed in wrestling since it's not all about being 6'3" and 350 pounds anymore. Oh, that's good. I like more diversity in wrestling, right? I think that's a good thing. That thing says, it's taken a year to watch up to where I am, and it's so good. I love all the characters, especially the sexy beast that is Sam Riegel. Yes. Oh, 81 is pre-Terry. Thank you, Aneo. Oh, so in 81 they're tracking down Raishan. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good arc. Yeah, Tamaka says Cyclonus. I'm furiously trying to keep up with G1. I'm already wondering if I'm able to do it. I'm usually fall of mid-tournament. Jared says, yeah, the main reason you don't see bank tracks anymore is because they have no funding for their own space, and they have to, yeah. And that's such a shame, right? I mean, I feel like it's such a bummer that they don't have they don't have the funding anymore. They don't have the range. Because back in the day, like when roller derby was still like on TV regularly and was like still a thing, they could afford to have banked tracks. They could afford to have those spaces. The Bombers, I think they still have a banked track, but they disassemble it and reassemble it. Like they'll go to the Cow Palace or various places and assemble up the banked track. But like then you need storage, and you need people who can assemble and disassemble the bank track. So, you know, like it's just a bummer because I love what you could do with the bank track. It was like, it had great visuals. I enjoyed it. Trooper, says Cyclomus, the G1 is a 20-man round robin tournament that goes on for about a month. Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. My favorite part is probably when they went to the Feywild to get Fenthorus. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm going to give you a compliment, that thing you like. I'm going to give, that's both of them for today. Neato. I'm going to give you a compliment, that thing. Wow, that was pretty great. Come by again. Couple of days. We shall hunt the stars. Sterling and Simone. We will hunt the stars. Are you an astrologer or something? The word is astronomer, and I am but an amateur. You know a lot for someone who isn't paid to know about it. That is one of the saddest sentences I've ever heard. Sorry? Come back in a couple of days. We'll cram some stars into that head of yours. Will do. So, here's the compliment. I know people who have said, I'm so far behind on Critical Role, I'll never catch up, so I'm not going to watch it. And I always found that a bit sad because you can just watch it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you just watch it. And like, you watch an episode a week. Maybe you watch 2 episodes a week. If you do, you'll eventually get caught up. And even if you don't watch live, you can still watch it. Like there are shows that have been canceled and I haven't watched them yet, but I'm going to when I get time. Jer says, Minnesota has a pretty decent roller derby following, mostly women, but a couple of men's teams as well. And but I do miss the co-ed teams, right? We'd have like a men's squad and a women's squad. You have 4 quarters and they'd alternate. I was always really impressive to me back in the day that like both of the squads would be on the same team. As a kid, it was very meaningful to me to see co-ed of a sort sports when there just wasn't anything like it. I mean, there weren't, you know what I think is so fascinating about roller derby, right? Is that roller derby started in the 30s, and for a long time, it was one of the very few professional sports that women could be involved in at all. There wasn't much. And there was roller derby, and there were women playing professional roller derby in the 1950s when they were all supposed to be home being Donna Reed, and you had like people like Ann Calvello throwing elbows at people in the 1950s, and I just was always very impressed by roller derby as a space. No, Levi, I'm not saying it's going to get canceled. That's not what I'm saying. It is the winner gets a free opportunity at the IGWP World Championship, sort of like WWE's Money in the Bank, except it's not an on-the-spot cash-in. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, my brother introduced me to it, and I was wondering if I should watch Campaign 1 or 2, and Campaign 2 was about like 20 episodes in, and I knew I'd catch up, and I didn't want that, so I went for the campaign so I could binge whenever I like. That's really cool, because like it's cool, right? I think to not be daunted Because I know people are like, oh, that's just too much. And I was like, well, you just watch it when you want to watch it, and then you'll catch up and it'll be fine. You know. Totally, what's up, Selmers? That's the best. You don't have to wait for a new episode every week. That is true. You can like watch 4 episodes, then take a week off, and then watch some more. You could like you watch it on your own time. You know what's good? Off the top of my head, not bleeding on your seat in junior high, not falling in a trash can and puking on yourself, not bleeding on yourself in junior high. I was gonna say those fruit snack thingies. It also got me wanting to play D&D, and now I play each week. Oh, that thing. Big ups to you. D&D is great. I am currently playing Scum and Villainy on Tuesdays and Ghost of Saltmarsh D&D on Fridays. And all of those things are going to end, though, by the time, like, Scum and Villainy will end at the end of July. And I assume that Ghost of Saltmarsh will end at the end of August. Unclear, but it's good. It's good. And then I play Call of Cthulhu once a month, and that is going still. And I'll add some more things. We'll add more things. They have a shot at Wrestle Kingdom, IWGP's WrestleMania. Oh, and they generally have to defend the champs in matches until the end. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I've got like another 100 episodes before I catch up with Campaign 2. Like, you've got time. The best part for me about G1 is it gives guys who rarely get single matches actually get a chance to shine, and they get main event style matches on top of that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you should totally DM a campaign that thing you like. Do it. Gymming is work, but it's also fun. I enjoy it. We used to eat in grade school. Oh, right. Those are really good. Did that other thing happen to you? Nope. Want to hear a new poem? Sure. Sometimes I like fruit snacks out by the train tracks. Decent? A juice box and headphones. I enter the juice zone. Geez, those are like all I want now. You made them sound so real. I can taste the atomic dino snacks in the blue clear squeezer. Thanks. I find gymming immensely rewarding. I think everyone should try GMing. I think that once you GM a little bit, you become a better player. That's what I think. Because you learn how difficult GMing is, and you come to appreciate that. And then I feel like if you've GM'd some, you're just like a much better player. That's all. I love GMing for people who are also GMs. Like people who have GM'd, like they're so great to GM for. Yeah, Japan is huge on tag team, 3x3, 5v5 matches, one-on-one is a huge deal. Oh, that's interesting. I've got a lot of ideas floating in my head that need to rip from my frontal lobe. Yes, that thing, put it on paper. Like, let yourself breathe. It's good. I think Mr. Chazakov's up there again. Oh, really? I knew that. He's gonna fall right on the stoop one day. I can see the water tower from my back window. I seen a fire up there the other night. Wonder who was up there. Okay, look, there was somebody who had a fire lit by the water tower. It could be someone evil. That's all I'm saying. Very much so, but the opposite is true as well. If you only GM and don't play, you miss how certain things work, and that is also true. But then you have to make sure you still get to play sometimes, and that is the hard part. It's so hard being a forever GM, where all you do is GM and you never get to play. That is hard. Yeah, but it's good. It's good to do both, and because I agree. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Grinny and the Jets. Hey Grinny, how are you doing? Ree! Hello, I'm here to screech at Trooper. Ree! I am glad you are here. I also want to jump in one of these cars, you know? Like, I just want to jump on one of them, is what I want to do. I only... Sad Rissa doesn't get to play. I only GM'd for, like... Let's see, you guys, the chat's going so fast. The one problem with Night in the Woods is that I don't get to use my cursor. By the way, if I overdo it with the wrestling, let me know. Cyclone is over. Hey, you all talk as much wrestling as you want to. I'm happy to hear. Whenever people love things, I'm always happy to listen and read and pay attention. The best thing in life for me is to hear people talk about things they love and are really interested in, even if I don't know as much about it or only know something. Like, my wrestling knowledge is dated, but I love hearing like people talk about things they love. It's really, I love that. I mean to play each week online, but if I do DM, I want to do in real life sessions. Oh, I actually think that doing some in real life sessions first, yes, because online there are more things to pay attention to, and online has like positives and it's cool, but GM in real life where you can get the energy with people, that's what I would say. Sad Rissa doesn't get to play very often. Rissa, don't you play? You're playing, right? You're playing with Bill, are you not? I feel like you are playing with Bill. I just feel like it. And Levi, I understand exactly how it is. Like, there were years when all I did was GM and I never got to play. Atomic says, I don't think I've gotten to be a player in a D&D game since like 2014. Yeah, it's really interesting. I actually was like forever GM, like just only GMing. And then I've had like a rash of being able to play, which is super cool. Or, says that thing, at least I want to find a different group to DM, so I scratch both issues. Yes, I agree. I think there's a bit of a misconception that if you're GMing, you're not playing. Grinny, Grinny, Cats is your favorite musical? Grinny. I really get to talk wrestling with people who know what's up. So you keep talking wrestling. You keep doing it. I'm into it. So you just keep talking wrestling. It makes me happy. So, right, like, and like, oh, I love thinking about the theater of wrestling, like how they sort of craft drama, how different styles, like, do you remember when WWE was still WWF, there was a different thing that was going on at one point in time, and they used more blood than WWF did because WWF was trying to go more kid-friendly, whereas this other one, I can't remember what they were called now, WCW, right? They would do blood. So like, how do you create the drama? It's so fascinating, so interesting. No, not with Bill. Stacy's in his game. I'm in a monthly GURPS game, but it's not all that it could be. That's always very disappointing. That's disappointing. You can be surprised by your players being surprised. So the thing is, you know what? I'm not going to fight you. I do not love cats, though, but I will not fight you. I think, No. Here's the thing about GMing. I don't find that as a GM I'm playing. And I don't tend to think of myself as playing when I'm GMing. I think of myself as GMing because I find that I have different responsibilities. But when I'm a player, I get to play, and that means I get to worry about my character, and I get to be my character. Because for me, when I'm playing, I also am allergic to cats. It makes me very sad, Anarch W. When I'm playing, I get to embody my character, be my character. I get to be my character because I play really method. But when I'm a GM, I can never do that, right? When I'm a GM, I can never lose myself in any of the NPCs, and there's always gonna be a really strong line between myself and the NPCs. They're not my characters, they're NPCs, and I'm always having to sort of be meta, which is one of the reasons why I'm not at my core a narrativist gamer, because as a player, I want to not have to think meta. I want to be able to be my character and live in that world and just immerse. I want like full immersion. And as a player, that's what I want. I want immersion. So I'm not really a full-on narrativist as a player. So that doesn't do the most for me because I want full immersion, and narrativism involves you meta-ness. And as a GM, I always have to have my mind to the meta, right? So as a GM, I can never immerse because I have to do the work of meta management. And so for me, they're completely different experiences, right? Like like when I'm playing, I'm like 90% immersion, 10% meta. And when I'm jamming, I'm like 90% meta, 10% immersion. So for me, they're super, super, super different. They're very, very different experiences. Grinny says, listen, Trooper, I have memories of borrowing a VHS of Broadway recordings of Cats, and I'm like 99% sure it was the first musical I ever loved. You know what? I do not, like, you can love it. Like, I honor that. Okay, good starter point, blood. Think of it this way. It's a really good tool if used well, same as swearing in music or movies. It can be abused and take away from what's meant to be if not used properly. Totally, totally. Ms. Vixen really wants to find a group to tabletop with. Oh, you know, Ms. Vixen, there's a lot of... Little Red Dots channel has a looking for group and also looking for players that you can maybe find people from. I recommend them. The musical, Cats the Musical, or Cats Like Maggie and Rufus? Cats the Musical. Grinny says, so I have very strong feelings about this movie and strong connections to the musical. Grinny, are your feelings negative? Are you one of those people for whom if you loved something, you can't love it if it's remade in a different way? Or are you one of those people that if you love something, you really, really want the other thing, right? Are you the person who's like, oh my gosh, I love Cats, so they cannot make a movie because I will hate it? Or are you a person who's like, oh, I love Cats, I'm so excited for the movie version? Like, which kind of person are you? There are multiple methods for blood. There are people who will use at times capsules and not really bleed, or which is like causing bleeding for real, like maybe with like a razor blade hidden, you know, somewhere that you can like in your wristband, right? So you like your hat then? Yes, right. I love the psychology of wrestling at it's the best. So interesting. My girlfriend can tell you how livid I get if stage blood looks fake. I'm so, you know, I'm not a big fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber is the problem. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber. Oh, you're excited. I am glad you're excited, Gritty. This makes me very happy because I'm glad that you who love Cats is excited for the film version and that this can be something that will bring you joy. This makes me very, very happy because that is a thing that I like. The most typical way is called blading. It's what it sounds like cutting your forehead. Lots of small blood vessels plus sweat equals crimson mask. Yeah. Be right back. I need more. Yeah, right. That's the way I had always heard that people did it, right? That they would do that way. So I'm glad you're excited because I want this to be something that if you love Cats, I want it to be something that you enjoy, right? That you're excited about. That makes me happy. The cast they got is kind of amazing, which is true. So I'm excited, but I don't want Hollywood to make a mess out of it. And the cast looks super bad, but it's coming out this holiday. I hope they'll be able to fix it before then. Usually a blade will be kept in someone's wrist tape, or even the ref will hold it and give it when the time is needed. Some crazy Fs will even carry the razor in their mouth during the match, until it's needed, though with the current era of fast-paced wrestling, this is not used much anymore. Anarch W says, I'm a person when it comes to remakes, etc. I want that thing to keep the spirit of the thing, but also bring new things. Yes. Most of the remakes rather tell their own thing rather than keeping this. Yeah. I really, yeah, I really like remakes to... Yes, Anarch W. I feel like I want something new. Like, cause if I could just see the old thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, one thing I want there to be something, I want there to be a new idea. I want there to be something interesting. I want it to keep the spirit. I'm with you, Anarch W. I want it to keep the spirit of the thing, but I want to be surprised in some way. And I really disliked the Sweeney Todd film. I didn't think it did. I think it cut things that it shouldn't have cut. I think it made some poor choices in terms of directing, and I think that Tim Burton got too cute with himself, and I think that he liked himself a little bit too much as a director, and I think it made the film not as good. I thought that What's Her Face was really good. I liked There was quite a bit of the cast I thought was really good. I didn't like Johnny Depp as Sweeney Todd, though. But I did like What's-Her-Face's Mrs. Lovett. I liked her take on it. And a bunch of the people I thought, Sacha Baron Cohen I thought was good. And there were a bunch of people I thought were actually really quite good there. But I didn't really like Johnny Depp. And I didn't really like, and I didn't like Tim Burton's direction. I thought his direction wasn't very good. Alan Rickman was great. Like, he was awesome. Helena Bonham Carter was awesome. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of the performances. I just thought the direction wasn't very good, and I didn't like Johnny Depp. And I thought they made poor choices I thought they made some poor choices with how they strategized doing the songs. But I was excited for it. I was excited to see it, and then it disappointed me a little bit. Yeah. But I am happy to see new versions of things that are different. Like, I love the new Battlestar, but, so I'm open to things. So I won't post a link, but if anyone wants to see blading gone wrong and why most wrestling is trying to get away from it, look up Dusty Rhodes' forehead or Abdullah the Butcher forehead. Yeah, no, that's fair, Atomica. I loved Angela Lansbury and George Hearn. They were so good. But Albert was so good. I wanted to say one of my favorite wrestlers, I think, was Jimmy the Superfly Snuka. I think that was, I think he was my fave. I also really liked Ricky the Steamboat Dragon. Like, those two were two, like, I really liked the athletic and acrobatic wrestlers. Those were people I really loved. You're gonna make my dog anxious, and she poops a lot when she's anxious. Fine. Fine, then. Fine. See what we got here? Hello. I cannot talk to this person. Yeah, I really liked sort of, Ricky the Steamboat Dragon and Jimmy the Superfly Snuka were two of my favorites. Austin was amazing for his time. If I had to go current, I would say Adam Cole has my attention. Hey, I'm gonna go into this town center platform and see what's down here, because I haven't been to the town center in a while. Right, I haven't been to the underground. Go with Dragon. Still get some issues near the end. Yeah, no, I heard that. Trooper, you gotta check out Will Ospreay if you like. Oh, good. That sounds good. I should check out Will Ospreay. I'm gonna write that down. I'm writing it down. Rey Mysterio Jr. was my man. Still doing stuff in Lucha Underground. Ooh, nice. Will. Did any of you ever read the comic book Love and Rockets? Because they dealt with luchadores a lot, and that was always cool. I loved reading the comics about them because I clearly loved them. Identify with May Too Much to Really Enjoy, and it hits way too close home. Maybe if I do, Osprey versus Ricochet. I'm gonna look it up. The Baby Rats, yes. Osprey versus Ricochet. I'm gonna look that up because that looks. I'm excited to see it. Or Osprey versus or Kushida. I'm gonna look those up. I like it. Wife long gone, kids don't care. Tunnel fish are always there. Haha, yeah, man. Oh God, please don't listen. We'll just, I can't believe they've kept this open. Historical note, I guess. I think it's just because the old people like the pierogi stand. Never underestimate the ability of old people to get state funding. Ooh. Let me, I bet some rat babies would love a delicious pretzel. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna steal a pretzel. Okay, May. Be right back, babies! Okay. You're only gonna get one shot at this. Just gotta freeze when he looks over. Even if you're holding a pretzel. No movement. It's simple psychology. You've done this before. You've still got it. Easy, easy, easy. So I can rant at random, but got any wrestling questions, Trooper? Okay, go. Well, one of my questions was, have you watched Glow, and what did you think about it? That's one of the questions I want to know. I'm gonna try to steal this pierogi, by the way. I'm gonna steal the pierogi. Gonna steal it. Yeah, I want to know what you think about Glow, if you've seen the show. It's a pretzel. I'm gonna steal this pretzel. It's gonna be epic. Like, no one's gonna know because I'm stealing the pretzel. It's gonna be so epic. I'm gonna steal the pretzel. I'm just, like, easy does it. Slow and steady. I miss Malenko so much. His influence on the women's division has been incredible. Oh, it is a weird shaped pierogi. Like, it doesn't... Gonna just... I'm gonna steal this. Okay, it's a weird shaped pierogi. Like, it looks like a pretzel, but what if it's really... I haven't had a pierogi in a long time, and I want one now. I've got this. I've got this. I am the bandit queen. Hey, guess what? I stole a pretzel. That thing, you're back. Yeah, so I want to know. I'm all about matches that are a clash of styles. Oh, I still want to know. You know, what are your thoughts on mixed martial arts, on ultimate fighting? I hear a lot of ultimate fighters are just really damaged, you know, like they get really injured and then they're on a lot of painkillers and it's just not great healthy for them. All this talk about Demon got my creative juices flowing. I started acting a scenario. Nice! Tell us about it. Oh, hello. Hey, it's May. I remember. Old clock upstairs ain't stopped yet. What did you want to tell me about Granddad? Well, I'll only say if you really want to know. Yes, I do want to know. Yeah, I do want to know. Glow was really good. I love seeing Kia Stevens, Karma, Awesome Kong. It was, oh yeah, she was great, right? It was so cool to see, like, somebody from the original back. That was really cool. A lot of MMA fighters get hurt in training. Let's spar gets, yeah, that's, ooh. And I won't tell you about it. I plan to actually use that scenario as a product. Okay, fine. I will accept that. Same as boxing. Yeah, there's a reason they only fight 2 to 3 times a year. Yeah, like it's like I worry about right, the ways in which that, how much damage that does to a person. You got a history of troublemakers in your family, on your daddy's side in particular. Oh? Go back far enough, you got folks that were around for the real hard times, when the workers went up against armies. Oh yeah, I kind of remember something about that. Great-grandpa or whatever might have gotten the number of greats wrong there. Your grandfather and I weren't around for a lot of the violence. That was before even our time. Nah, we were around to watch the tide roll out. What does that mean? And we'll need to talk again another time. I get tired. Oh, okay. Can I get you anything? I don't have any money. Nah, I'm just fine, May. We'll talk another time. Okay, see you. I feel like I missed some opportunities to talk to some people. Honestly, I've never been to MMA. I'm into wrestling due to the scripted nature, but no, I really enjoyed that myself. I bought GURPS today, not sure where to start with it. And ArcW? One of us. I have advice for you. My advice for you is go to Steve Jackson Games website, Warehouse 23. It's like w23.sjgames.com. Download GURPS Lite. Read through that first. Just like read through GURPS Lite, which is like slim and fast, and then make a character, practice some combat just using GURPS Lite, and then bust out some of the extra things, add on some things from there. Which is not to say I don't like MMA guys who go into wrestling. Shayna Baszler is awesome, and Minoru Suzuki is a terrifying human being. Yeah, MMA is only exciting when someone really gets hurt. A good wrestler can have an entertaining match with a broom, or as they proved in Japan, a sex doll that held the title. GURPS is the generic universal role-playing system from Steve Jackson Games, and it's that whole shelf over there, that one. And it's a point-buy system with no classes or levels, so you can make whatever you want, and it's modular, and you can do any time period from Ice Age to the far future. You can have magic or not. You can have different types of magic. You can have psychic powers or not. You can have superpowers or not. You can have really like rules light, or you can have more rules in it. You can have a lot of rules for social interaction or not. You can go really into great detail for combat or not. You can be cinematic or really gritty, high powered or low powered. So it's got a lot of different options for it, so you kind of choose what kind of options you want and how you want to set up your game, and you can kind of do whatever you want with it. Yes. Bunny, why are you sad? I went to an NXT show a few weeks ago and I yelled Shayna. She looked right at me and I had to hide. Oh, that's so amazing. Yeah, and it's a point buy system, right? So, for example, in D&D, rogues stealth, but fighters don't stealth. And if you are a magic user, you can't use a sword, right? Wizards can't use swords. In GURPS, you can do whatever you want. Like, you and the DM works out how they want things to work, and you do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, what do I want? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, Trooper, you'll get a kick out of this. If a match goes perfectly to plan and nothing bad happens, guess what the most painful part of the match is? Oh, I don't know, Atomica, what? What is the most painful part of the match? Because I missed most of the oh, sleep is good for you, though. It's okay. You're here now. You hang out with us. Holy shit. The dudes. Someone hacked up the dudes. Who did this? Oh. Why did they do it? Oh, hey. The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Krellin, 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 Bobellin, Banana, Fana, Fofelin, Fee, Fa, Momelin. Krellin. Woo! Thank you so much for the resub. I can't see how many, like 14 months. That's crazy. Thank you so much. It is much appreciated. It helps go and like get props and cast and all that goodness. Thank you so much. You did not interrupt at all, Krellin. Not at all. Even with bumping the moves, hitting the ropes again and again will almost always boost your ribs by the end of a decent 15-minute match. Ooh. Oh. Ropes, huh? Yeah, I got it for my XCOM Xenonauts game, but unlike XCOM, won't be a smart blockbuster or horror type of thing like Aliens, only contemporary mod. Oh, okay. I have got advice for you then. Atomica, put it in the Discord in Tabletop Musings and we'll talk about it. Pardon me, Anarch W. We'll talk about it. I was thinking because of some of y'all have mentioned you haven't played D&D in a while, and I've expressed interest in DMing. If I figure out more plot-based stuff and flesh a lot of stuff out, would y'all be down for a session DM by yours truly? You should ask in Tabletop Musings. There are people I'm sure who would be super into it. I currently am streaming 6 days a week, so I cannot. But you know, a campaign, not just a session. Yes, you should ask. You should ask in the Discord. Somebody. I feel like there's something really, I feel like there's something bad happening in this game. Oh no, I was saying, what did I say? I think I missed it. Oh, good. Ask in Discord. Sunny again, thank goodness. What's got you down? It's nothing. Hey, go Smelters, right? Yeah, go Smelters. Something is not right here, everybody. I just want you to know that I'm having a feeling that something is not right, and I'm concerned about that. And I don't know what is happening, and I'm concerned. Maybe the entire city is robots. I don't know. Also, I don't think I've been to these places before. Although maybe I have. Hey, look at that. Hey, what do you think these things are? What do you think they do? They're all just elaborate AI programmed to fool you into thinking they're real. Krellin. That seems very mysterious. So some theater, there's a specific way to grab the ropes for safety when you run them. I love that we're getting this behind the scenes stuff. That is too cool. How far can we go? Okay. They're all elaborate AI. Just only Monica, though. Hello. Hey, Germ. Hey. Want to hang out? I don't know. Supposed to hang with Greg or B tonight. Geez, I'm not asking you to run away and get married. Yes. Okay, what do you want to do? Follow me. All right, did I just pick a wrong choice? Wait, I'm playing a character in a video game? Is that true? Monica, where? Holy Monica. We're here. Did I make a mistake by choosing to hang out with Germ? We're in the parking lot. Yep. We walked for like 15 seconds. It's like really big here. Only Monica. Did I tell you that the CPH Pride Parade is on the same days? You did tell me that. You told me that, and I think that's just Monica. And I think that's super cool. I could throw a rock and hit where we were just standing. You can see like all of the sky here. Oh, wow, you can. It's beautiful. Okay, so seriously, we're just looking at the parking lot? Sometimes in the morning, if you're up on the hill back there and a whole bunch of fog passes over the lots and it's like an ocean and there's a herd of deer that comes through and it's like magic. Wow. Why do we ever need this much parking? Railroads, jobs, stores. Railroads. Used to be like a big train station back here somewhere. Back when people took trains. I mean, like, pretty often. There was like a restaurant. All gone now, though. Yep. Just a lot of asphalt, weeds, and broken glass. It's so pretty. I love it. You know, if they never do anything with this, in a bunch of years, it's going to be like regular ground. What's going to happen to the parking lot? I mean, the parking lot part of the parking lot. Nature's old. It waits you out. That's spooky. If you notice, they always grab the rope with one arm. The reason is to give something to hold onto if one of the turnbuckles break. If they don't, the next rope is waist high, which would lead to flipping out of the room rather dangerously. Oh. Fun fact, apparently Monica's going to be in another game. I want... flip out of the ring. I want to know what this other game is. Also, I like Germ. I get it. There's some town in Wyoming, I think, that has like 100 parking spots per resident. Oh my gosh. I had a job where I saw some mornings, a huge field covered in fog along a deer migration route. Nature isn't innocent, it's just patient. By the way, we're gonna do a giveaway for zombie zombie year one. So just say something in chat, and in the next 5 minutes, we're gonna test out and see who gets it. That's all. What? Let's go. Hey. So we've been hanging. I have to go now. Bye. Germ, so funny. Huh. Huh. Hey, look, it's a food donkey. It's closed. ABJ. Damn you, Nightbot, said Shatneringly. Nightbot is like out to get you. Like it's truth. So how did that arm get here? That's a good question. Someone just running down the street? Whoops, my arm fell off? I'll just come back for that later? No one could survive their arm just falling off. Or being chopped off. Like, not by a doctor. Is it still called assault if you chop an arm off? Seems like it should be a different word. Arm choppy. You are under arrest for arm choppy. Whoever's arm that was is probably dead. Nah, definitely. Unless I see someone walking around who, until recently, had an arm. I was about to say I don't like card games, but I didn't want to invoke an Atomica-like beef with Nightbot. No, it's a turn-based RPG. So the Kirk versus Columbus rap battle was pretty great because Kirk rapped like really Kirkly. Oh, I want to see that one. That sounds really good. And Ark W says D&D is fun, but a thing about it that bothers me is how Wizards of the Coast advertised it as a character-driven storytelling, and that is not true at all. This is correct. That thing says, do you ever have a dream that you want so much that you could do anything? Attempted murder? That's a good one. So you have me talking, trooper, so it's all your fault. Next question. Hey, I honor all the talking. Successful arm choppy. This sounds like a game I actually like, which is of course why Nightbot gave me some other game last week. You know how Nightbot is. We're gonna talk to Greg. Hey, Greg. Hey! Hi. Let's go! Whoa, what's up with you? I want to do something. Okay, wow. You drink like all the coffee? You have a near-death experience or something. We'll go with that one. This job is one long near-death experience. Oh yeah, I have a question. Who do they lay out a battle royale? That's interesting, right? About how they actually do. So, dude. You want to do something? I can't today, dude. Yeah, I can't. I have still got stuff to do. Aw, man. It's cool. So, dude. You want to do something? I can't today, dude. Aw, man. It's cool. We're gonna go hang out with B today, is what we're gonna do. I am curious as to how... Oh, hello. Hey, CJ? Yeah? You were like in high school when I was in middle school. Oh, huh. Did I know you? You used to play nerd games with Tom Bramwell? Across the street from my house? Haha, nerd games. That's quite a memory you got there. Do you live here anymore? Nah, just back visiting. For nerd games? They were like pen and paper role-playing stuff. Cool. Very cool. But no, I'm just visiting family. Husband's driving down tomorrow. What do you do now? I'm a lawyer. Oh, wow. Can I ask you some law stuff? Well, I'm not acting in a professional capacity, but yeah, sure. What's the best way to rob a bank? What's the best way to get out of jail? I think she would ask what's the best way to rob a bank because I feel like that is exactly how she is. And you're right, Greg is a robot. You are correct. That's not really legal advice. Legal is like laws, right? And bank robbing is a crime, right? And crimes are against the law. It's all related. I guess just, you know, bandit mask and a gun? It's been done. You know, we don't really learn this kind of stuff in law school. What is the point of, like, going to college if you don't learn useful shit? Laws are pretty useful. Useful my ass, CJ. Sorry, welcome back. Have a nice visit, bye. See ya. Hey, look, it's the Social Security Administration. And also, did I want to... I feel like I wanted to go the other direction because I want to find those babies. Right? That was so random. Hey, Angus. Hey, May. Hey, Angus, how's Videoland? Good, good. Start of the Halloween rush. Got a pretty good horror section. Nice. You got a favorite? What, horror movie? Yeah. Sith Sabbath, Black Oaks. Sith Sabbath. Clearly. Ooh, Italian. Yeah, they don't mess around. Pretty colors. Pretty everything. Well, see you later. Bye. Generally, they will know the winner and who they want in the end. Last 6 or 8 guys or so. They will work out certain spots. Kane, Strowman clearing the ring for a reset. Santino being eliminated in the first minute, second. Kofi's ring returns. And the rest is very on the spot. You will notice that there are no real big moves and a lot more punch and kick and hold moves. There are a lot more refs around the ring, so it's all easier for the producers in Gorilla to make calls of when someone should go out or when it's time for a spot. Oh, interesting. Here's a question, Atomica. What is the role of the ref? Like, do they do... What things do the refs do? Like, do they call out special moves? Like, what is their role in this matter? And yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know about what things the refs do. Like, because I know that the wrestlers give each other signals, so I know that's happening. But I'm just wondering, like, how much the refs are involved in helping, like, in the match being the match. I want to get to our... Do you think I can, Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Hey. What are you doing outside my window? I don't know. Please go away. What you doing? Newspaper? What's in the news? Quantaract's closing down next month. They're laying off last 24 people. Oh my gosh, this town. What's that? Place out past Brittle. Assembles tiny computer doodads. Oh, okay, yeah. Someone I knew's mom worked there. Real small work. Bad on the fingers after a while. I bagged groceries for a while. How's that? You put the cold, heavy stuff on the bottom, and then the veggies and fruit, and then the bread on top. Well, it looks like you got it all figured out. I know in Japan there are certain refs that work with the gaijin to help with the communication. They're actually kind of directors. They keep track of time. They can remind guys of spots, get people on track. They're pretty much there to try and control the chaos in the storytelling. Well, that's very interesting. May seems to act tough, but feels bad when she does something completely uncalled for unnecessarily. Yeah, I think she's really trying to figure out who she is. And I think it's tough for her. I am excited that we got a new spot. I don't think there's anything we can do there. Why are you outside my window? I'm a cat? You're a bird. Could I make it any more obvious? See, that's what I like about you, Krellin. You go right for what matters. Murder. It's the party barn. We need to find, oh, hey, it's our friend, but we're not going to talk to her just yet because I want to find those. I've got food for the baby rats. And I want to find the baby rats, and I want to... I should probably go all the way up this way first, is what I'm thinking. Oh, speaking of, we've got a giveaway, and we should give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. What I gotta give it through the Nightbot. What I gotta give it through the Nightbot. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Those are the things that I have to do. I realize that I'm embarrassing, but that's cool. I'm just looking to see what we got. Oh, hey, homeless guy. But first, we're gonna give it away. So our giveaway is Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden, a turn-based strategy RPG. And we're gonna find out who our winner is. They try to use reference that can communicate with the foreigners, even in the US. So there are some times when a ref can pass info from the gorilla position as well. If Vince has a Vince moment, for instance, and changes the match halfway through due to crowd reaction. Oh, what I gotta give it to you, mama. Oh, define gorilla for me, Atomica. I want to know. Yeah, right. There's so many sad, disillusioned people in this town, and you know this. Hey, Nightbot. Krellin, you got it. You said you were interested in it. Nightbot heard you, and you get it. You keep saying gorilla with no reference. I want to know. Krellin, I'm not taking no for an answer here. I want you to have this one. And so I'm going to send you the message. I'm going to whisper you. I want to get more tattoos as well, actually. That is a thing. I also want to get more tattoos. That is a thing that I want. But see, Nightbot. See, I think This is my guess of what's happening. I think that because Atomica and Nightbot are in a feud, Nightbot is trying to be really nice to Krellin to make Atomica jealous. This is what I think is happening. I think that Atomica has like upset Nightbot, and Nightbot wants to like get back at Atomica. So I think this is what is happening. Nightbot, I'm sending you the link, and that makes me happy. Boom. Not Kremlin, Krellin. More like nice bot, am I right? No, I just think I get to say no to any games I don't actually want from now on. That's fair. That is fair. That is fair, Krellin. I will take it. Refs are also there to check on the wrestlers in case someone gets seriously injured and can act accordingly. This Nightbot wasn't nice. He was just a butt. It was just a butt. Krellin's my boy, and Nightbot can suck my... You know, that looks not like a butt. Oh, maybe it's a horse butt. Maybe it's a horse butt. As I said, Nightbot is rude uncle and Hydration Bot is concerned parent. This is fair. This is not the game you said it was. No, it is, right? This is, right? This should be... Wait. Where are we at? It should be Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. Turn-based strategy RPG, right? No? Yes? No? Sorry, Mutant Year Zero. Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. Turn-based strategy RPG. Is there a Zombie Year Zero? Is there? I plan for my left arm to be a family sleeve and stuff. My right arm is going to be a gaming nostalgia pop culture sleeve. Oh, that's cool. I want to just get I want to get like a half sleeve over here because I feel like that'll be a nice balance. Seen a fire through the trees last night. Past these woods here. Weird noises. There's something creepy going on in this game. I just kept to myself. And they went away. I'm gonna ask where? Right over there. Past the water tower. Oh, okay. He said, Zombie, you went to Wiener Schnitzel? I want Wiener Schnitzel. Weird noises turn the parking lots into pastures. Yeah, that's a place where the teens hang out. Let's hope that's all it was. In my experience, strange fire and strange voices ain't never been good. You ate all the Wiener Schnitzel. I wanted some. I wonder if they'll be back. I hope not. The area just behind where the wrestlers enter the arena during their entrance is called the Gorilla Position. Back in the 70s and 80s, there was a wrestler turned manager, announcer, promoter named Gorilla Monsoon. He would stand behind the curtain and give wrestlers last-second instructions and advice. Over time, it became a much bigger area, with producers and agents giving a lot more info and flexibility to the show. Oh, yeah, Bruce is smart. Ice Bunny, ask people who have really nice work in a style you like. Yes. I also look at their portfolio. That's the thing I always do. Because, you want to get... And I want to find people who have got experience, the right experience. We're talking to everybody, but where we need to go. There's something weird going on in this town, but I don't know what it is yet. Hi, Mom. I'm just running around in here. Huh. I just realized with an Aussie accent, every vowel has a rising inflection. I'm just saying. We can feed... We're going to feed the miracle rats. Once we can find them, we're going to feed them for you. We haven't fed them yet, but we're going to feed them. Hey, Mom. Oh, Atomica does need to meet Marcus. Atomica, you need to meet Drunkly Romantic, who loves wrestling. Drunkly Romantic's amazing. Amazing. And you need to find his channel. They would totally bond over... I can't type because of the thing. Can somebody type streamer? Streamer Drunkly Romantic? No, your wrestling is not bothering anyone at all, but you need to meet Drunkly Romantic. You need to go to his channel because Drunkly Romantic loves the wrestling, and I feel like you would have so much to talk about and it would be awesome. And I want great people to meet each other. So, only love. Drunkly does... When was... Grinny. I know they're moving, so I don't know if he's streaming at the moment. I don't know when was the last time he streamed. I know he did some streaming with, Oh! Has he changed his Twitch as well? Oh, hold on. I need to get access to the computer, and I need to... Why did it get hacked? That's messed up. You know what I mean? Like, that's messed up. Copy link location. I know I'm on the new Discord, right? Because I know he has a new Discord, and I've got him on Twitter. I didn't know he was locked out of I should follow. I didn't know he was locked out of Twitch as well. That's disturbing. That's super disturbing. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, he's great. And come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Thank you for the host, Crit Witch. Thank you. We are just hanging out. Yeah, no, Drunkly Romantic, or Best Kind of Worst, is really amazing. And you should follow him. Hey, Crit Witch, welcome in. How are you? We are hanging around, seeing what the town has to tell us. I was just thinking about Dev, and how Dev makes really poor choices. My Scum and Villainy character, he makes poor choices. Really? What could possibly be going on? Well, sweetie, we have a town council here today. And after that, a 12-step program meeting in the basement. Oh, wow. And I'm doing both church budget and our budget at the same time. I'll leave you alone then. Thanks, hon. I'm not gonna leave her alone. Honey, I really do need to concentrate. All right. Marcus is wonderful, and I'm so glad he's back on Discord because I love him and I miss him. Me too. I'm also glad to see him on Discord. I don't post on the Discord a lot, but I do go and read it. Oh, hey, look. There's a town council meeting. He's very nice. Yeah, and he can be like the first. A trial run. Where would you put him? Oh, in the basement? Or in the old library? With all the books? He's not going to eat them. Interesting proposal, Kate. Yes, thank you for bringing this to us. I look forward to us moving forward together on this. It will be brought up at the town council meeting. Oh, that's wonderful. All right, troops, move out. Weird. Yeah, her mom works so hard. Let's chat. How's things? Okay, weird dreams. Want to talk about it? Not really. I dreamed I was trapped in a wall. Jeez. No, it was fine. I knew the rescue crew was coming in a few hours, and it was cozy, so I could take a nap guilt-free. You feel guilty about naps? Wish I didn't. That's intense. If you have guilt dreams about naps, that says a lot. And that's all. That's all I'm saying. It says a lot. Always be jumping. We're going to find those miracle rat babies and we're going to feed them so that Grinny will have joy. Because we care. May's possessed. Did you hear something? Oh, that's probably high school students outside. That's probably what that was. That's probably what it was. All right, so I think we can now go this way. The red eyes make it obvious. Yeah, that's true. Red eyes usually means possession. Can I... wait, because I felt like I was hearing things, but maybe I wasn't. Oh. Maybe. I love the rap. If naps me missing the foxhole, it's bad to nap. Oh. Oh God, I do though. I'm so obsessed about being on time that I think have nightmares about running late to work, to jobs I don't even have anymore. That's rough. Every time Ibushi does that second rope German suplex, I fear someone's going to die. Worrisome. I think they're going to be here all summer. I just worry about that. Hey kid, what you up to? Hey adult, nothing. Sounds good. I was going to go down to the tracks. Did you want to come? Sorry if that sounds boring. You don't have to go. It's okay. Geez, let me answer before you decide I said no. Oh, okay. Did you want to go? Sure. Oh, good. Yeah, it'll be fun. Let's rock. I'm making choices that bring me away, but I want to see the things. What do we learn? Czech is a fun language, but it is really a language for the commoners. Intellectuals speak checkmate. Wah! Blue eyes, white, bad joke, but I done gone there. The learn thing makes me sad. Wow, it's been a while since I've been here. My house is like 3 minutes from here. Got the longest night lights from last year still up. Huh, someone on my street does that too. We got pumpkins last year and we left them out too long, and they liquefied. Oh yeah, I remember that happened with ours one year. Adult hang out with kids isn't creepy. May wants to be a kid still, but she's not a kid still. So I feel like May wants to still be a high schooler, but is not. Trooper, when his opponent is standing on the apron, he will jump up on the second rope and pick them up and suplex. Oh my gosh. Cyclonus, that makes me nervous. My mom was so mad at my dad. It was his job to get rid of them. He had to mop it up. I've seen a time-lapse video of when a corpse decays and everything liquefies. We're all goo deep down. Michael Jack, yeah, I think he might have had Arrested Development. I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't actually know him. Do you know what I mean? I've never met him. I don't know how much of what we saw of him was persona and what was real. It's hard. Yeah. Okay, well, after what Krellin just said, I won't finish that. I'm going to consider all the horrible things in my life. Oh. I'm an adult who hangs out with kids. What's wrong with that? I think it depends on the context. People tend to be suspicious of adults who hang out with kids if those adults are not related to those kids. That tends to be... People are often suspicious of adults who hang out with kids. Yep, okay, so like, a cool thing to do is squish a metal thing on the tracks. I like that a lot. Cool. Especially if the doll is melt. It is true. You got distracted and now I have to go. Oh, sorry. Go do mod things, Grinny. I saw a post where someone was like, if you're an adult, there's no reason to talk to someone below the age of 18. And so many people relied with, I'm sorry, son, I can't talk to you yet until you're older. Yeah. I mean, Boy was performing and touring and basically living like an adult from 5 years old. Yeah, he probably did have Arrested Development. Yeah, I think he did. I mean, he was also abused, right? So he was also abused by his dad. So I think there was clearly stuff going on there. I mean, I don't know everything, but yeah. So no rap babies you like. No rap babies for you even. I don't even know what the... Look, Grinny. I brought a little metal dude. Let's see what happens. Sounds good, kid. We are laying on tracks right now. I come out here at night sometimes and fall asleep between the tracks. Why? I don't know. I feel excited and I can sleep. Like, you ever have that? Where you're so excited, you go to sleep? Coffee makes me sleepy. I have stress dreams if I'm too keyed up. I don't remember my dreams. We're not gonna die. Sometimes I fall asleep for like 5 minutes, but sometimes it's for like an hour. That's some risky business there. Oh. Ooh, gang. There's rumble. Makes me nervous. I have weird thoughts. Like sometimes I want to go to sleep in the woods or in the basement of an abandoned house during the day and only come out at night and be like a monster and like beautiful. I'm gonna say I know the feeling. I want to eat people sometimes. Really? Pretty much as soon as I meet anyone. I wonder what they taste like. I feel like the world is full of bad people who would be good to eat. Mm-hmm. I've hung out with kids in the form of an after-school club I helped run for 5 years. Yeah, I wish that we were more... Our society's messed up. That's all. Like when I was a kid, I hung out with adults all the time. I was the kid who always hung out with adults. That was all I did. I hung out with adults all the time. They were much more fun for me to hang out with than kids my own age. I found an adult, I would talk to them forever. Okay. Let's see what we got. Whoa. Yay! Your little metal guy is all... Wow. He represents the human soul. This is important art. Well, I gotta get rolling. Okay. Let's roll. He does have weird thoughts. And I think May found her soulmate, yeah. And Artemis says, I'd rather hang out with adults as well. Schooling normalizes, Levi says, age segregation, but it's the only part of life that happens. It's a big part of most people's life, though, so it starts to feel normal. That's true. That shows you're a smart one, Trooper. See ya! Horror movies, Lori M. Horror movies and trains. I wonder... There's a cat up there that does not look like I can get access to. But I wish I could. I feel like if I jump right, I might be able to make it. Nope. So there's a lot of stuff here, and I want to I feel like we can jump places. Oh, we'll go in there. You can access... I want to access the cat. Yeah, no, Lori is a cool kid. I had an extra grandma, the one old lady who lost her family, and I hang out with her. Yeah, no, like when I was a kid, I would hang out with our next door neighbors, the Rosenfeld sisters. I hung out with people all the time. I was just like a forever hanging out kind of kid. I'm finding the baby rats. I'm doing it. Baby rats. Baby rats, do 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 do. Baby rats, do do. Really? Triple jump is a thing? Oh. Hmm. All right, my little miracle rats. Time to eat. Oh, wow, you're hungry. Very hungry. I guess I'm your mom now? I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom. Ooh, and sometimes you just identify with people outside your age range. Doesn't mean the relationship is weird. It's true. I want to figure out how to do a good triple jump. Shark song. No, seriously, is this thing clearly marked as something it is not? I'm coming back for you, exit door, and we're gonna have a little chat with my boot. Worst exit easily. Snack 1 is sex you need to get big and strong. Hey, it sticks to your brain. It's good. So I need to get access to that. There are things that I'm not jumping right, but maybe I can. Okay, I just have to rant for a bit. Anio, we're ready for it. I'm working with an API right now, which has an input device event class, which is not derived from the input event class and is so aggravating. Like, come on, why not? No, it is irritating when things do not do what they should be doing. I became a bitter old man in my teen from hanging out with bitter old World War II vets. Hey, that sounds amazing. I'm not. There are things I still want here. Also, Sharkle's best girl. Sharkle best girl. Yeah, I like, I want things to be, I'm gonna jump here. Ooh, all right, okay. We've got it. We're gonna see if we can get that cat. I want to figure out how to get a triple jump. I feel like I don't have it. Woo, hey, did you see that? I jumped really high. I don't know why sometimes I can jump higher than other times. How do I do that? Somebody thought they could do better than rely on other libraries. Oh, Levi, you have no idea how bad this API is, and unfortunately it's my job to make this thing into an SDK that's palatable for developers. Oh, I need to do it running. Okay. Let's see. No. But I have... All right, running. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I still have breakfast every Saturday with my dad's best friend, a Korean War vet, and I spent my life around grumpy old men. So running and jumping 3 times makes the final jump higher. I think what's tricky is that you have to have the range, but you don't have the range. The problem I'm having is that I don't think I have the distance. Like, I know it wasn't it, right? It wasn't it. The problem I'm having is that I don't think I've got the distance to jump here, right? I need space. But I don't have the range. I need space, and there's not space. Oh, maybe I have to jump. I think I got it. I think I know what I gotta do. I think I know what I have to do. I think I got it. Okay, we're gonna do this. We got this. 1, 2, 3. Nope. That's okay. Wait. One more time. We're gonna do one more time. We got this. And we're gonna do it. All right. 1, 2, 3. No. I was close. I was close. But I didn't get it. That's so frustrating. I was closer. I was definitely closer. Well, now here's the thing. I feel like there are things we didn't get done. And I want to just make sure we got everything in there. Oh, hey dog. Creepy. I almost had it. Why are you yelling at me? Why are these people yelling at me? What's up with them? I feel like they shouldn't be yelling at me because, like, I'm cool. As one, not two. Oh, maybe that's a good idea. I think that's a very good call. We're gonna do that. We're gonna use it as one, not two. I think that is a very good call. And we're gonna just, you know, nuke Possum Springs. Who wants to nuke Possum Springs? Who wants to do that? Why would they want to do that? Wait, I need to get back. Yeah. Maybe they are worried. Maybe they are worried I'm going to get electrocuted, but they shouldn't worry about me. I'll be fine. However, I do also need to get back up here. We're going to do it. I know. Oh, maybe that's what it is. I'm on the power line messing with their internet and ruining their life. May isn't grounded. That's true. All right, we're going to try it from here. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Ah! Hey, look at that. Look at that. All right, we're going to try it to 1, 2, 3. I have learned how to triple jump, and I feel like a superstar. I can't believe it. Years ago, I thought when I was 20, I'd never be able to climb this high up anymore. Shows what you know, little May. Hey! Thought Roof Cat is correct. We did it. All right, we're gonna jump. Woo! Woo! Just all the jumping. I want to talk to I want to talk to B. I feel so special, and I feel like I'm awesome because I figured out how to do the... Oh, we have to go the other direction. Like, I feel like... So like, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, there we go. We're looking for the pickaxe. That's what we're looking for. Party barn. Bay, more like Bay, am I right? Here we go. Hey, let's find out what B's doing. B, Bay. Oh, that reminds me. After I yelled at you for pulling the ground first, I let you add 2 more times when I had to yell at gamers for pulling the ground off of car batteries. Hey, you know what? I take it. Hey, dude. Hello. How's working here going? I don't know. It pays. I refuse to unload all that rock salt by myself. It's not even Halloween yet. Okay, well let me talk to B. I always type her name as Bay. I'm not sure if that's dyslexia or something else. It might just be the truth. It might just be the truth. Hey May. How's the pickaxe? Trying to kill me. Unsuccessfully. Thus far at least. What's so stressful? Well, on top of everything else, we're hosting that stupid Harfest play tomorrow. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I'm never offering to do this again. What are you up to tonight? Nothing. I'm like super tired. Because everything about my life is exhausting. Rissa, I have to head out for board games. See you later. We're about ready to close, so I will see you later. We've got like 5. Oh. Rissa, thank you for the bits. And you know what that means? Airway and hey, the anime. Airway and hey, the anime. Ivoy at gale at way of way at way at way exte ute at gale ang way. Airway and hey, the anime. Ile I skays or ani say. Old man the idiot and pray uyare oo review us to swang reo. Iwe every eat red lay elf wed bransley ute day. And when we see the antler we'll look left the I get in the IA. We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits. I got that in there real quick for you, but I still feel like it's uyar thre u thre uvie uste undeang uvie uste unde uvie uste unde ongreo uvie uste unde ongreo uyare u threvu uste unde ongreo uvie uste unde on unde uvie uye arye uye arthre uthre uvie uste unde ongreo uthre uvie uste unde ongreo uste unde ongreo uste unde ongreo. I think that's what happened there. Right, like I'm getting it, like I'm just right. No, that thing. This is no, it's Pig Latin. And Pig Latin, you take the first, if a word has a consonant, you take that consonant, you put it at the end and you add ay. So the word love would be ovle, and the word truck would be uktre. The word book would be ukbe. And then if the word starts with a vowel, you just add way to the end. So apple would be appleway. But Ginger Rogers does this little trick where she actually will take the letter that's on the next word and she'll add that. So if I were going to say apple cart, she'd say apple K art K. Or if I were going to say apple pie, she'd say apple pay I pay. So it's this old way of talking that was all the rage in the 1920s. It was like super popular in the 1920s. Everybody was speaking Pig Latin in the 20s. Like it was a lot of our slang. Some of our slang is actually Pig Latin. Like ixnay is actually Pig Latin for nix. Like so, like nix, cut it out. People say that okay is also Pig Latin, but I don't know if that's actually true. There's debate about whether or not okay is Pig Latin for KO or whether or not it's like all correct but spelled incorrectly, like OLLKORRECK, because it was also like the rage to misspell things for a while. So it's a little bit unclear where okay comes from, if it's Pig Latin or if it's just like this kind of funny misspelling thing that was popular for a while. Slang misspelling was kind of a thing. Yeah, so Pig Latin is this whole thing. And because we've hit 500 followers, I'm going to do a stream in Pig Latin, a visual novel, so you'll be able to read what I'm saying, but a really short one, like something like maybe like between 15 minutes and 30 minutes for a visual novel that I will do in Pig Latin, something short. But I'm going to do that after we finish Night in the Woods. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, the 20s there was a wave of simplified spelling that happened in the 1920s. The 1920s was like, people like make fun of planking. Remember everyone was like making fun of planking? They were like, the 20s was the time of crazes. Goldfish swallowing, phone booth sitting, phone booth stuffing, telephone line sitting. People were like into all sorts of crazes in the 1920s. Why? There were a lot of crazes at the time. People were into all sorts of stuff. People were like, it was a big time for crazes in the 1920s. I will also say that Pig Latin's not the only one. I also know Turkey Irish and Opish. And Turkey Irish, you put AB before vowels. So a cat would be kabat. You have the AB before the A, so kabat would be a vowel. And would be Turkey Irish, and book would be Babo boat. Babo-abot would be Babo-abok. Babo-abok would be book. And like chair would be Chaba-abir. Turkey Irish is hard. Vaudeville always corrupts the children. The elevator. Oh, the elevator for the VN. Aneo, that's a really good idea. The elevator's not that long. Oh, Aneo, you have given me an idea. People do goofy things. And then opish is you put OP after every consonant. So book would be Bapu Cop. And chair would be Chop Airop. And apple would be a Papa Lopple. I'm better with opish than I am with Turkey Irish, but it's also hard to I'm pretty good at listening to people speak Pig Latin and understand what they're saying, but the other two I'm not there yet. And I'm doing the work of like 3 employees plus a store owner, even though I'm 1 employee and I do not own this store. Oh, weird, I thought for some reason you own this place now. You'd think. But also no, I'd rather die. Literally make me a coffin, using materials and tools from this store. Yeah, no, I think elevator not that long, but kind of deep. Is there a visual novel about Shia LaBeouf? Oh, I'm gonna do a search. Visual novel. Shia LaBeouf. Because I need to find out about that. Also, I think I want lasagna. And bury me anywhere else. Jeez, that got intense. Anyway, I'm doing nothing tonight. I can do nothing too. Fine. So, are we doing this? Let's hang out. Hi, B. Hi, May. Hi, Germ. Hey, dude. Germ is helping me move stuff for under the table cash. Well, I'm knocking off work early to pick up some groceries. Want to come? Sure. Ready to go? You got a lot of hammers. Holy shit, there's so many kinds of nails. All right, then. He's like something out of a children's book. About whatever the hell he is. Dinner at B's, which we're not going to do. We're going to do that the next session. Oh. This place killed the food donkey. We're not in a space where we can actually... Can we? We can. We can hold to save and quit. We're going to hold to save. Okay. Because we can't do the hanging out with B because it's 9 o'clock. And I've got to, get the food. There's also a John Cena visual novel. Really? The thing you like, all the cool visual novels. I want lasagna bad. To keep things thematic with wrestling, and I always want sushi. I also want sushi too. I want dinner. I did not have dinner recently. I had 2 corn dogs, but I don't think that counts. I don't think that counts at all. Here. Let's get over here. Where are we? Where's my cursor? Here we are. Hey, everybody. So thank you for hanging out with me. We just sort of wandered around the town and talked to everybody, and we're gonna go and we learned how to triple jump, which is amazing. I'm very proud of that. Thank you for being here, Atomica. Want to fuck a pigeon? Look up Hatoful Boyfriend. Oh yeah, I know of Hatoful Boyfriend. I have not played it yet, but I want to play it. But I think it's probably too long for this short stream. You ate the sticks. You got your veggies, maybe. Corn dogs. Ice Bunny, they're an American thing. It's a hot dog on a stick, dipped in cornbread batter, and then deep fried. So it's like a hot dog with cornbread around it. And it is delicioso, which is a Harry Potter spell, I think, maybe? Yes. That's okay. Go to sleep, Atomica. Go to sleep. And there's also a dinosaur. Hey, weird visual novels are the best. Just Monica. Just Monica. I love a good corn dog. I love a good corn dog. Corn dogs are so good. Now I'm hungry. I need lasagna. Unless you're keto, not healthy. The first time I had a corn dog was in Japan. Did you like it? Was it a good corn dog? I want a corn dog like from a state fair because I feel like they're fresh and made fresh and they're not frozen, and I bet they're really good. Nothing American is healthy. We got healthy stuff. There's so much produce made here. We've got healthy. Corn dogs are not keto. That is true. That is true. The thing about keto, it was meh. Get like a really good corn dog. Like, I want you to have a good corn dog. Like one that's not frozen, one that's that's what I want. I wish on you a good corn dog with like fresh. You know what I should do? I don't have a deep fryer. I can't. Californians eat like 75 avocados per capita per day. Yeah, Bunny, we do dough and deep fry candy bars. That is true. No, I've never been to California. But Japanese 7-Elevens are good. Oh. They fry that makes them fat, and that's what you eat most in keto. But you're not supposed to have carbs. And cornbread has carbs in them. I, however, eat carbs because they give you energy, and it's important to have your macros. That's all I'm saying. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to get food. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm going to be hosting Critical Role at 10, so like in an hour, I'm going to host Critical Role if you want to be here and chat with the Critical Role. And keto isn't keto. Cornbread isn't keto. Oh, this is true. And then you can catch me at 2 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow for the Ghost of Saltmarsh, and then noon on my channel for Horizon Zero Dawn on Saturday. Buttermilk cornbread is so good. Oh, I can't handle it. It's so good. Oh. All right. I'm going to get food because I'm actually a little starving. I didn't realize I was starving until people started mentioning food, and now I'm really hungry. So I'm going to get some food, and I will be back, in about an hour for Critical Role. Thank you all for being here. You all have been wonderful. Thanks for the cheers, and I will catch you all on the flip side, everybody. Thanks for being here. Take care.